Wing it.
Boom, winging it, just like the good old days. This is a throwback. I'm in charge again. I'm the streamer now. Fuck you, Ross.
Ding ding.
Put that on YouTube, bitch.
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
How about that? What do you think? How does that make you feel, Ross? Well, you can't tell me you're not here.
We figured it out.
So anyway, you may have noticed, so this is for us and for the whatever prospective audience of 3 that watches the YouTube videos.
It's me.
For us
It's
later.
me.
And
me.
These are my live DM notes. Always have been. So we ran an update for Foundry. Things are looking a little different. If you haven't, you can move the video, the player webcam videos to like the bottom or the top or wherever you want them. If you don't have the screen space, you have to scroll through to see everybody. You can also add the setting that'll like you can check the box that'll add your player colors back in, like the old way it was doing it. A little more streamlined, but things are a little broken, like the add-ons, for example. So the dice roll, the dice work and roll and have values, but don't physically roll that die that you've customized across the screen. So we'll have to play without that for today. So stick with roll 20, or I'm sorry, not roll 20, D&D Beyond. Stick with your usual stuff, and we'll just kind of roll through that and play as we go. Any questions? Anybody seen anything wrong so far that needs immediate fixing, or can we just jump into this?
I was going to make an immature your face joke, but I'll abstain.
A what joke?
Well, like, what's wrong? Your face. But
Sorry, Matt Tusi.
The same thing.
Thanks.
Womp.
That's less hurt. That was pretty hurtful, so I appreciate that you didn't say it.
well, you asked.
I did sort of ask that. Not for that. Thanks for the gift. I hate it.
Anyway.
Okay. Let's just jump into it then. When last we left our heroes, I will roll for some recap. Let's that. I don't know if that showed up in the recording or not. I've got dice, I think.
He's got rhythm.
Maybe not.
He's got music.
Click your Beyond
He's
button.
got dice rolls.
I did.
Ask for anything more.
Is there not like a dice tab on the this little dice thing here doesn't work anymore? So.
Oh yeah.
I think you have to do it. Oh yeah, huh? That
Yeah.
button doesn't work.
Hey guys, I've a bug report. I will simply have to turn on digital dice within the D&D Beyond. Who's not sponsoring this combat?
Yet.
Yet? Yes.
Last.
Yes.
Best. George.
How the hell do you roll dice in D&D Beyond?
You click on the picture of your person.
Yeah.
Scroll down to character settings.
Uh-huh.
It'll say underneath where it says sources, it'll say Underdark mode, then it'll say dice rolling.
Aha! See it. Most excellent. How many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Wait,
5,
what?
6.
Is that gonna work for your monsters then?
Is what gonna work for my monsters?
Dice rolling for your creature?
Well, I'll be able to see it.
Oh, okay. Well, that works then.
Okay, so, wow, someone's coming.
Crow.
It's Crow.
Oh shoot! Sorry, I have the
Oh.
wrong. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, wrong character.
Wrong game.
We've been
Yeah, I'm
invaded
like-
from the multiverse.
From hell.
Yes, I will lead
Quit.
my army from Avernus into this world. Anyway.
Anyway.
Who can take a rainbow?
I just don't see
Get
any
dice?
active modules in our thing anymore.
Yeah, it's
None.
all
That
it's all fucked. So I'm gonna have to
Okay,
rerun some
there we go.
updates and see if anything gets fixed, but I don't think it will because I updated everything sequentially. So we'll see. So I rolled for recap. That leaves me from my list, from my view, it's Cordax. I rolled a 6.
Well, figured it was gonna be me. My notes are a little scattered, but we'll figure it out.
We will.
So we started with a bunch of money math. determining how much money we had on hand, seeing if we could afford to buy the airship, and what we want to do with the other money, amount of money we have. Brandon double crit for bargaining with
Good.
the clearing our name with the guild and the acquisition of airship. Found out there's
that really threw a wrench in my plans for when I expected you guys to get the airship.
we found out there's Flumps having some meeting in the
Bang bang,
from the
baby.
archives.
Yep.
And they have some power source for the airship.
That's right.
And there's wizards called archivists within archives as well. So Bud was sent to the Flump meeting. He gets the artifact to power the ship. Zoom gets a loan from with a question mark because we didn't really determine whether or not it was a loan or if it was like a
sponsorship with collateral.
Yeah.
You put Vulcan down as collateral. What a shock!
He gets
right?
it from the
You'll
guild
never have to know.
to pay for the rest of the ship. We get the ship, and Vulcan works on it.
That'll be a good time. Vulcan, we paused narratively to give you an opportunity to customize the ship, since you're the one directly working on it. You've come up with a couple things visually you want to change to the ship. What were those things?
I put tusks on the front, and our mask is a giant halberd.
So we have a
Our
giant
mask is?
the mask, the main mask.
Oh, nice. Okay.
When we turn this thing into a giant mecha robot, it's gonna be awesome.
Laid
We
It's gonna be like a warthog with a halberd.
I
Just
look
make
more-
like a switch that makes it go chop.
Yeah, when they knock down our mask, when they blow it like off the ship, it just like chops them and retaliates.
Counter.
How about you?
That's 4D chess.
Vulcan's
brain
playing mind games.
4 steps ahead.
All according to Keikaku.
Streets ahead, Abed. Streets ahead.
Well, if you don't know, then you shoot behind.
Very good. Continue, please.
Yeah, so Vulcan works on the ship. I think there was talk of smuggling holes we wanted to put. If he didn't,
Yes, Umlau commissioned Vulcan to add a very small smuggling hold in the captain's quarters. It was good enough that it will be secret, a secret passageway, but you know the size of it, you're not likely to stash big cargo in it. But it is a place like or like people, for instance. But you would be able to stash like in this compartment. You would be able to stash a decent amount of money or small trinkets or things like that. Maybe a weapon, depending on what size it is. But it is big enough that you could, in theory, smuggle something.
Tricked Bud into making another one. Yeah.
Oh, and that
Right.
didn't go well.
That did not go well. There are 2 secret compartments. One is actually secret. The other is very obvious. I saw it immediately.
The other is just like a Harry Potter cupboard under the stairs
It's
or
kind of
something.
just like a hole
Yeah.
in the ship.
it's a locker.
You're smuggling air into the ship.
Just if you push a barrel in front of it, you can almost not see it.
The ship now has a whistle and lists slightly to the
I did my part.
right. Indeed.
I did my part.
All right.
Doing my part.
Okay. So then,
Hey there, Timmy. What you got there?
Foz researches flight for the ship, so he can power it or however to steer it, whatnot. And I think Korax helps him.
You are my
Someone,
apprentice.
yes,
Or flight.
I think it might have been Foz finds out that the artifact is sentient. Was that you? Okay. We launch from Violent to the ruins of Gildan following south coast. Have a conversation with Zoom about brief past. Everyone except Kordax and Umlau. What the hell did I write here? Who are awake have nightmares. There we go. Zoom has the worst of them, in which Ocasio appears to him and morphs, and Zoom feels he is becoming him. Feels someone else is in, will have to put him down the same way he put down Ocasio, and he wakes and sees something, something pulls him out of his bunk and slings him around the room. And that's where we ended.
Correct. Give yourself inspiration. Much appreciated. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I already have inspiration. I will give it to Zoom.
I already
Open
have
it.
inspiration. I'll pass it to Bud.
I'll take it.
Selfish bastard.
Greedy.
Take one and
No.
press it down, Milton.
Bud gave me his inspiration last time, so he deserves it.
So there was some additional, just like the very good recap in general. That was amazing. You did all successfully barter your way into an airship. Now having a great fear of the ocean. Understandably, it's all gone horribly wrong every time you approach. So,
Except for me.
Except for what?
Except for me.
Except for you.
Trust us, we're cursed.
I will have one. Can I just like taste into it? There's some things with Roll20 I miss a lot, like just being able to drop images into it and like have them be there.
Yeah.
I'll eventually get an actual ship, airship token in here for the world map, so that you can actually move it around, indicate where you guys are. But for the moment, one of the cooler changes, you don't have to hold any buttons for hotkeys anymore. You can just press and click and ping.
Whee!
Ooh, I held Alt and it's warning. It's a triangle now.
Oh, you can zoom in.
That was me.
Heh.
If you guys hold shift and click, what does it do for you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Excellent. No power for you then.
Just wait till we find some doors.
Yeah? Well, why don't you
We'll
go look over here
slam
for a
'em.
while, huh? How
Oh!
about that?
He's pulling us everywhere.
Yeah, I am. Now come back here. Pay attention when I'm talking to you.
Oh my god.
If you press tab, it skips it.
The power.
It goes at the top left.
Infinite power.
We're overwhelming.
Okay, so some interesting roleplay happened as well. Does anybody remember what that was based around? Or what happened?
Well, I was talking with Kordax, and he revealed his backstory about being a sin-born cultist.
Yep.
And Zoom was just like, okay, cool, brah. Good. Glad you're on our side now.
That's right.
Did it have to do with the flumps?
Among other things, I mean, more details about the flumps would always be useful.
They're the keepers of knowledge, sub-faction, machine of some sort.
They are a faction of the, a sub-faction of a sub-faction. The archivists are the keepers of knowledge of the guild. They categorize and catalog every hunt, every discovery, every working bit of knowledge that the guild members bring back with them. The flumps themselves are pretty secretive. A few know of them, but they're like the keepers of all knowledge, for instance, and they have a means of telepathically gathering and distributing knowledge amongst the guild. But few know about them. I believe Umlau was the one who overheard a couple archivists speaking of them in hushed tones, and then reached out to a contact who set up a meeting with Bud, who then gave you this orb, or not even an orb, it's a tetrahedron. They don't have those in Incarnate, so it won't be reflected on the ship, but it will appear like an orb. So yes, Fosradine finds out that it's sentient, and although it hasn't communicated with him, he's been communicating with it at the behest of the flumps. They want the tetrahedron to learn and grow by having you take it on your travels. It seems to react to outward stimuli and various other like emotions and things, but otherwise has remained silent for the moment. Kordax, you are also familiar with this at this point because you have been interfacing with it as well. You and Foz have been taking it in shifts to fly the ship. Both of you roll Arcana checks for me. I'm just going to get into it.
I got a 26 though.
Ah, great.
26, very good. Foz, you're more concerned with the idea of like you ruminate over what is this artifact. It's clearly an artifact. How would the like and sentience within artifacts is not an uncommon thing, not a new thing, not a unprecedented thing, not even amongst the group at large. So you kind of ruminate over this and like kind of what lessons you would be able to teach a fresh mind and what influence you could have over it, for instance. But Cordax, you start to notice that like it's the little tetrahedron kind of spins and animates a little more. It kind of like floats in place, and appears like it's like kind of observing things, similar to how you've seen with Foz, but it doesn't always seem to be paying attention to you in particular. Also, when you're attempting to steer the ship, you find that minute instructions you like. So that it seems to be correcting minute changes on in the ship's steering, almost without your influence. Like it's kind of predicting your course and steering the ship without you. But it's not. It's like big movements don't seem to be within its capabilities. Cordax, during your shifts, we talked mostly about Foz's, what he's telling the tetrahedron. What do you talk to it about? Do you talk about it to any? Do you tell it anything? Do you talk to it at all, or you just kind of use it as a mechanical means to steer the ship?
I guess the only concern would be its origin. If there is a mind in something, it usually comes from something else. So that would be his concern. So if he could, he'd want to ask where it came from.
Ah, you query it. Good.
Yes.
With a 26, yes, that is a fair assumption. Sentience and artifacts usually means something was placed. A sentience was placed there, or some sort of soul, or something is imprisoned in it, or it. There are enchantments that you've heard of that will mimic sentience, but true sentience requires a living being imprinted onto an object via some very, very powerful means. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. And the world exploded.
What happened?
Oh, so that's how you make artifacts.
There's a cool little feature I just noticed. The journal notes on the top left. If you click that, it's going to pull up little icons of some of the map stuff, and you double click those icons, and it's going to pull up whatever we put in.
Those have actually always been there from day one. You'll notice that like the ones that are there, it's like Onsagon and Hinterwood. I put those in very early on. Like so, Onsagon, like I had this goal in mind of like this lofty goal where I was gonna like catalog everything we were doing. In the journal and like put pins in the map and stuff, and then it just became too much. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just stop.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. So maybe one day I'll go back through it, but
it is not this day.
it is not this day. I am DM today. This day we bullshit.
I've been doing as we go too.
Unlike the other days.
Well, I mean, like I've been doing it. Like I've been writing everything down in my notes, but like actually transferring it onto the map has been very difficult to actually do. So, but that's a sidebar. You query where it came from. It's curious, and it seems to be like kind of ruminating on your question, like it's trying to formulate a response. You like that through that telepathic link. You still kind of get something like childish naivety, and it sends across. It's less of like images or words. You get just kind of this impression of like, how do I put this? A void. Not like deep star void or cultist void. Like it's just like a missing piece. Like it feels incomplete.
Got it.
But you get the impression like it's very much a like a hole in a greater void, a greater hole, for instance, a piece missing from a greater hole, a hole missing from a hole.
Dude.
You know, you can't write this shit. Just comes off the top of my head. I'm rhyming, improvising. But yeah, it almost has the sense of like loss to it. It's just like a tinge of it, but it doesn't even quite really understand what that means in the grand scheme of things. So.
Dokie.
So a couple items, business items before we continue. Remind me of the ship rolls, because I have them all written down, but I thought that Dreek wanted to change his or something, and I forgot to update it afterward. So if anybody has it written down or remembers, that would be most excellent.
Mine's easy.
Hook.
Didn't we put it in?
So I have.
Wolfman was gonna be lookout.
So I've got Zoom as the cook, Umlau as general crew, Vulcan was going to be engineer,
Oh, engineer.
Foz being the pilot, Cortex quartermaster, as well as secondary pilot, lookout navigator being Bud, Captain Dreek, and first mate as Dae, but I don't recall if that shifted at all, and I didn't have a chance to rewatch the last recording. Does anybody have anything different written down?
Sounds right.
Nope.
Sounds
Sounds
right.
good to me.
Okay, well, I'll, hey Ross, if you're watching this, update me with what your preferred role was, if you actually wanted to be captain or not. If not, Kazdai would happily fill the role, or at least, you know, pass it along to somebody more qualified. Let's see here. Okay, second item of business. What is your ship name? I know some people threw around some joke answers, and some real joke answers, but...
All real.
No jokes here.
I just briefly a couple minutes of, you know, give me your best shot. Why don't you hit me with your best shot? And come up with a name.
Something to do
Ryan's
with
contribution will be the Seeker's Slip.
sleep.
I like that one, mate. It's kind of sexual, yeah?
Please don't also take my suggestion first. I am the DM.
Let's-
I kind of like
The DM
Josh's
named
of
it.
Skydancer.
What's like a really good
Icon.
YouTube
Skyrunner?
algorithm name we can say?
What's a
We can
really
be
what
like-
algorithm?
A really good, yeah, a really good YouTube algorithm name.
Random
we
sort.
can name the episode.
You'll never
Like-
believe what this party
Yeah.
named their ship.
This
You'll
one
never
weird
believe
trick.
what we named our airship. Gone
Past any
sexual.
interview with these 3 easy steps.
All
Mate, if
caps.
I'm going anywhere, especially into a brothel, I'm going in there with the Seeker slip. You gotta know that's exactly what I'm going in there.
Anyone else?
I'm taking that slip any day, anytime.
Squid Hunter.
So,
I do like Skydancer that I came up with. I also just thought since we had lost Umberlee's Gambit that we would call it Umberlee's Revenge because now it's a but
it's like
I don't think
that's what the
Umberlee
ship
is
we
our
said.
a
That's what
god
the
we
ship
any of
we,
us support. Yeah, the first one you sailed on that didn't get wrecked
Yeah,
is
right.
Umberlee's Gambit.
I thought that one did get wrecked.
No, that one did not.
It only got mostly
Well,
wrecked.
what are we doing? Go back and
Mhm.
sing it.
Yeah.
Well, now we
if it
gotta
didn't
finish
get-
the
yeah,
job.
If it didn't get
Mom.
wrecked, then we're the what? What are we revenging?
Now you guys got
Please
attacked
kick
by
Ben
the
too.
tentacle
Umberlee
monster.
won.
He's left.
Electric
Cash in for
Boogaloo.
Umberlee. Alright, so we got Skydancer, Seeker Slip, something for the YouTube algorithm,
Random encounter.
random encounter.
Awkward
Algorithm.
silence.
Could be
Doesn't
like
Umberlee have,
Broken
like,
condom.
Umberlee has like domains over the storms as well, doesn't she? Or like wind or something?
Mm,
She got us to the sea.
We can call it Risk of Rain.
Or 3 shits to the wind.
How many shits are there on this boat?
7, 6.
Seven.
More than 3.
Deadly shits.
7 deadly shins.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Shins?
What? Titles for Umberlee: The Bitch Queen, Sea Bitch,
Yeah.
Sea Queen. What did we name this goddess? I'm goddess, bitch.
Sea bitch.
Oh yeah,
The sea bitch is a good one.
Domains Tempest. This divine domain was claimed by several deities, including gods of fire, thunder, wind, and seas. Anyway, all right, let's put it to a vote. What do you guys want? Go down the line. Cordax, go. What do you want?
I'll do the sky dancer. I like that idea of a dancing.
Fantastic. Vulcan.
Seconded.
Seconded. Fox.
Thirded?
Sky dancer.
Sounds good to
Zoom.
me.
All right, that's a quorum because Ross, you lost your vote.
Ross fans.
Sky Dancer it is.
All right.
We call it debt.
On loan.
Umberly's debt.
Umberly's Gambit lost. She lost money.
Umberly's gambit collector.
Everything on black. Umberly's got a gambling problem. Umberly's an AA. Oh, my favorite
Umberly's
quote
really
of the weekend. I'm not an alcoholic, I'm a drunk. Alcoholics go to meetings.
Ooh.
Alright. So, we left off with, does anybody have any questions or anything, any kind of business before we continue on?
What's beating up Zoom?
Well, that's the current business. Anything,
Yeah,
any other
yeah,
business before that?
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I put on 400 pounds of armor and stuff, so I can't be thrown around.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. That's got a lot more thought. How do you sleep in that?
That's
Really well, actually.
Also,
Upright.
It has
Standing
pillows on the
up.
inside.
stationary.
the firmest mattress. Very well.
Episode sponsored by Mattress Firm.
This not sponsored by Mattress Firm. So yes, Cordax. Tyler's recap is correct. You all have uneasy dreams and uneasy sleeps, fitful dreams and uneasy sleeps, dreaming about just like general fears. Ever since you went down into the supposed Underdark and met with the Doomwaker that dwelled there at that mysterious island, the denizens of Ryland and yourselves have just been overall experiencing not quite night terrors, but they're real enough to be disconcerting, and you've begun to lose sleep to the point where Foz has been self-medicating to try and get any sleep he's available. But even that has only brought a temporary respite. Zoom, as Tyler mentioned, is having these dreams of guilt and fear of Acasio and the changes that were happening to him, and the changes happening to Zoom himself, and will he have to be put down like a rabid dog, changing far beyond his beyond recognition or ken, and you awake Zoom being dragged from your bed.
My bread.
No,
Not my bread.
My bread.
It's gotta have a
I
soggy
sleep in
bottom,
bread.
man.
Please, it's a croissant.
Yeah, you wake with a snap as your croissants are burning in the oven.
That's my real nightmare.
That's your real nightmare, exactly.
My wets.
My wets.
I burned my wets.
You with a humph, you slap into the floor, and you realize that the deck of the ship is like wet with some kind of like moisture that's just been spilling out on the deck. Like you splash onto the deck, and you're in the lower deck down below, getting a night's rest, and you're dragged unceremoniously from your bed. Your hammock. Let me take you over to here.
Sure.
Three
Boat
ships.
boys.
Sure.
Wow, our ship is much bigger than I imagined it being.
I mean, it's not Yeah, alright. Anyway, here's Tribal War.
Suddenly.
I use this one
What
quite a
is
bit in
thing?
the jungles.
That you did.
Ugh.
Sounds like-
This.
God damn! I gotta turn that down.
Sorry, the
Rain and
update
thunder.
has turned everything up.
That's just good. The wind and rain.
So what I need from you all is to tell me what you would be doing. So I need a few things. Who's steering the ship? Who's on lookout? And well, if anybody would be doing anything else, I assume the rest of the crew would be asleep at this point.
Yeah, Fosardine would be below deck sleeping.
Okay.
That
No,
moves
it's
really
out.
slowly. Okay.
Yeah, I think because
Oh.
the map is scaled really, really large.
Yeah.
It's, for the grid. So
I assume these are hammocks,
these are
the canoe.
hammocks. I
Okay.
apologize in advance because the airship is pretty sparsely populated as far as like. So there are things like an engine room, a galley, a captain's quarters, and all sorts of like a cargo hold and all sorts of other things. But I just didn't have time to flesh that all out and learn Incarnate in the same day. So this is what you get. Enjoy. Let's see. So I would assume for whoops, I don't know why I moved Cortex like that. I would assume for sure that Zoom is within Acasio's reach here. So I need a lookout.
Who?
I'm sorry, Zoom is within Acasio's reach.
No.
Cordax, you are
Whoa.
moving very
Whoa.
slowly over to steer the ship.
I thought I was just going in the water. I was zoomed in.
I'm throwing you off the boat. I hate this
Yeah.
character. Goodbye.
I said Acasio.
Question, Matt. Does the topmost boat mean anything, or is it just the middle and the bottom one that we're using?
That topmost boat is just to show that there's a sail there, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you
Well,
want to use it for. I added the crow's nest in the second boat just to show where it is, but it's for further reference.
Fair enough.
If there could be, I could have split it up where you're like up on the the upper here or something like that, and then the crow's nest or some nonsense. But I just decided to not. Looks like Umlau's in the crow's nest on lookout. I'll say, for sake of brevity, we'll say Shriek is up top as well in a kind of watch position, like just touring the ship.
I'm the king of the world.
This guy over here. The rest of you can place yourselves within the hammocks or various other areas. Wilkin, I know you're inactive. You likely don't even need a hammock, but you can choose one if you wish.
Oh, I'll kneel. I'll stay kneeled next to them. Melt.
Melted it.
Melt.
Bud, choose a hammock.
So I'm not looking out right now. Somebody else was.
Unless you want to be on watch. Umlau is looking on lookout, and Shriek is taking the first watch, I guess.
Then I will approach Umlau. My friend, I will be just taking a little cat nap. And wake me up when it's my turn.
Okay, mate. All right. That's everybody else, right?
And I'm licking my hand. Now, come down a little bit later as well. I can clean you up. You look a little dirty. Yeah.
Put down, mate. I think. Did you go visit your kitty lady in jail?
I did not.
Oh, well, then you need to quit licking yourself and go meow at somebody else then, yeah? I'm not the one today, mate.
I'll just laugh and go down below deck.
Good.
Acting like spray pheromones and things. Kitty guard really needs to simmer down. Gary, hope he doesn't mount anybody down there, right, lizard guy?
He's so far away.
Looking over there, lizard guy, you're alright.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him to lick me at all. So we use our tongues for like smelling and stuff. I don't want to like smell what's on me. It's probably pretty gross.
He
Can
does
you
smell,
just
smells like
stop
wet
role
cat
playing so good?
Listen, you're all disposable because I can play all of you at once at the same time. I play with myself, and then oh no, what time to stop playing with myself?
We know you play with yourself.
All right. Okay. Go ahead and select your token and roll initiative. We'll see if it works.
All of us.
Yeah, everybody.
How do I know if? Oh, I just have to zoom in. Okay. I have advantage on initiative now.
Oh, hey, I rolled a natural 20 for a 19.
Hey.
Oh, they changed the tab from a fist to swords.
18 for Uma.
Now, query for the group. I know it logs some rolls sometimes. I've only really seen Brandon's so far. Did anybody see?
My roll's inaccurate. What the?
Let me see. You have to click on it, and then you have to click the, there's
that's
a way
good.
to find the chat. So I think it's the
The
same.
game log.
Yeah, oh yeah, so yeah, you go, Kaze rolled initiative 15. So up
Yeah.
at top, your character sheet, right across, to the right of your name, you'll have the Beyond 20, and then keep going all the way to the right, it'll say Campaign Odasses. If you
Yeah.
click on the little chat part right there, it says game log right there. So you can change yours at the top where it'll say self or that you're the dungeon master. So you can change yours to dungeon master. So it either only shows yours or just change it to self, so you only see your roll. It'll just tell us that the roll, we can't see it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, except I have it set to everyone, but it didn't show my roll for some reason.
It's not showing
But,
yours.
yeah.
All good.
Roll 20.
Because I mean, I have Kaz's and mine and Foz.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I
what
mean,
I'm seeing too.
It's fine for the recording as well because you're just gonna dictate what you've rolled anyway. Like it's gonna be fine. If you want to see it, we can fiddle around with it, but I think overall we'll be all right. So I have Foz, Vulcan. I've got Kordax. I've got Umlau. I have Zoom. I'm missing Bud. Let me get you added in here. Did you roll already?
I'm sorry, I did not.
Okay. Go ahead and
Hold on,
select
issues.
yourself and then roll initiative. See if that adds you. If not,
Let's
I
see.
will,
Select yourself.
Did it add me?
It did.
Yeah, you're on there.
Indeed.
Oh, thank
Good.
God. All right.
Most excellent. Oh, that's a
You
piece
used
of
it.
work. Why can I ping Bud and Cos?
That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Same.
I can ping everyone.
You can only ping button cost.
It's really interesting. I like that feature actually a lot. Being able to ping like, oh, I want to attack this guy, you know, that kind of thing.
Showing
it's
which
fun.
enemy, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, double.
Anywho, let's get a rolling. We start the combat immediately with Foz and Kordax. You guys both are, well, in the case of Foz, jolted out of a restless dream, and for Kordax, you're kind of like just, I'm not saying daydreaming per se, but the weather is fair, your course is set. There really is no need to steer actively at this moment, so you're just kind of like contemplating whatever your inner thoughts would be.
The weather outside is weather.
But it's not, despite what the sound is currently in Foundry, it's not actually raining. Not a cloud, nary a cloud in the sky. It's perfect weather for flying. The sails are full, the wind is at your back, and you're making good speed toward your destination. But Foz and Kordax, you both hear at the same time, trouble below, in your minds.
Foz?
Foz and Kordax, you both hear this voice. Kordax, it is not a voice no, neither of you. It's not a voice you recognize.
Ah, okay. Because I mean, Foz is in the
Oh, yeah.
hammock, so would it say below to him? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it could just be anyway.
Let's yeah, you're right, but it's
Okay.
like let's say it's like directed at you. You know, Foz, you hear it as well.
Yep.
Being attuned with it, but Cortex, you hear it directly, and you see the little tetrahedron light, a bright orange, a warning, briefly as it speaks to you.
All right. Do I get the idea that if I don't stay here by this orb, the ship starts going down? I think that's something that was happening.
As Cortex thinks these thoughts, the orb gives glows a comforting blue, and you feel slightly reassured that that it can maintain a course for you.
Okay, then I will scurry down
And
alert Umla as well and Dreek.
I will say you can get a brief move, and then get the warning off, but we will begin combat shortly thereafter. Foz, you are first to act because of your increased unease and inability to sleep. You will hear the splash and cry of Zoom as he's dragged from his hammock. The early warning provided by the mystery voice alerts you early, and you are awoken to of Zoom as there's like a dim light being maintained just by the glow of the engine room, which is ahead of you. Up in I'll say it's probably going to be up in here. I haven't just placed it there yet. But the engine gives off like a faint glow that just kind of illuminates the inner workings of the ship with like a dim light. So you see Zoom being held by a tentacle, being thrown around, and this like open maw turning itself up, trying to like lower Zoom into it.
Okay. What do I want to do?
I don't recall, Zoom, if I gave you any kind of damage before I ended the session last time. I feel like I might have, but if not, don't worry about it. Everyone else, make sure everyone you're long rested. You've got all your resources. You have everything available to you.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, there's no like
have completed a
exhaustion yet.
How high up are we right now?
Interesting question. You guys are at a cruising altitude of 30,000 feet. I'd say you're like maybe 1,000 feet off the ground.
Oh, okay.
So you're high, but like, you know, magic can only propel you so high.
Right.
You know, high enough that you wouldn't want to fall. That's for sure.
Alright, so as Foz wakes up, he's kind of like reacting to something in his dream, and his dream is like this weird mixture of reality and nightmare. So like, in his vision as he's like getting out, everything's still like, bah! But the creature is like there and kind of like goes, so he kind of sort of like going between vision and reality.
I'll say
and
also
he
for
will,
the purposes of sleeping that you're currently prone in your hammock, it would take half your movement to just step out of it.
Fair enough, yeah. I flip over. No, just
yeah, you just get like, tied up into it.
And I will just grab my orb, and I will cast slow on the creature. And I will expend one of my portents to make it roll a 2
wow.
on its saving throw.
That's really good. Does the slow distinguish friend from foe, or is it all creatures?
I believe it's a number of creatures that I choose within a thing. Just a sec.
Go ahead and verify for me.
Yeah,
that's the only detail I need verified because he's going to use one of its legendary reactions to resist
Okay.
the slow.
Oh, doesn't actually, no, I don't. Up to 6 creatures of my choice in a 40-foot cube within range.
Well done. You leap from your you spring with a nimbleness that belies your age from your hammock. Your feet touch down into a splash, and there's like a bog down here in the lower decks. It's like maybe like a foot of water that's just like standing like in the lower decks. Kordax, you start to notice that the ship is like descending with a sudden weight that you can't really describe. The tetrahedron flashes in orange warning again.
Okay.
You also, you get this image of like the ship, like you get like a brief glimpse of the ship as a whole moving downwards in the sky.
All right, then I will stay and make sure we're descending safely, I suppose.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that in a moment, but Foz, everything within all this water is considered difficult terrain.
Okay.
Unless you have a swim speed.
What's water?
There.
So this creature is just like water is like just billowing out of it in streams.
Oh, but there's nothing on the map that shows.
Yeah.
Because I don't see anything. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, the lower deck is covered in water. Just use your imagination, please. I'm sorry that I placed an ocean and a ship in the sky, but do the rest for me, please. Do you end your turn, or is there anything else you would like to do?
That is it.
All right, because you're ending in this water, your adrenaline is running. You start breathing heavily as the flow of combat starts to consume you, and you realize that this water is murky and is giving off like toxic fumes as well. Roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh. Is this there may be a thing? Is this a spell save? Or just
No,
an effect?
This is just kind of like a
Okay.
natural effect. Of
Oh,
the
no,
creature.
it doesn't matter. Because, yeah.
Okay.
That's a 2.
You are considered poisoned.
Ooh, fun. Look
A
conditions.
poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh, that's it for me.
All right. Very good. We will move along.
Well, yeah, and Foz will shout out, attack!
I might have. Can you describe
Alert
the
everybody
creature?
who may or may not be awake.
Sorry,
Snap
James, one more time.
I was asking if you described the creature. If I missed that.
Oh, you did miss it because I never described it.
Oh, okay.
You are all met with, or like everyone startles awake at the shout of Foz and the cry out from Zoom. You're met, like, now that Foz, you get like a good look at this thing, it looks like the creature that you threw all those darts into down below in the Underdark. It looks like a Casio. As far as you can tell, it is
Oh,
a
God.
Casio.
Can't you take a hint?
We've replaced you. Why are you here?
But it's got rows and rows of just exposed, like, teeth to gum, no lips. It's just like this big maw of sharp fangs. At least like the longest ones up front, 4 feet long in length. It's got 2 huge, like spindly looking arms, like just kind of like they look almost like tree branches in the way that it moves, but it's got tentacles that slither all along the floor, almost in like a mockery of a beard. And there's some that are like clinging to things, like the wood above and like the hammocks around. Like it's reaching for things and just kind of like moving its way through the water. But it's got like a quick speed and an agility that belies its size. It moves very well in the water here.
And it's holding on to Zoom right now?
I'm sorry, one more time?
Is it holding on to Zoom right now?
It is holding currently on the Zoom, and it's trying, like, it's opening, like, it looks like, almost like a snake, where it's, like, trying to expand its jaw past what it's supposed to be able to do, and it's trying to lower Zoom into it. As well, like, you can see, like, there's water bubbling up from, like, like a foam, like, there's, like, a foam bubbling up around its lower jaw, and, like, water is just, like, kind of gushing out around it. where you assume most of the water is coming from, and then as well, it's just kind of like got a porous skin that just seems to secrete some kind of like greenish, brackish looking fluid, leaving a slime trail wherever it goes. But like kind of like it's like an oil slick that kind of like just floats on top of the water.
Cool.
Made it up. Wasn't hard at all.
Vulcan stirs awake at Foz's urging.
I will say that you aren't. There is no detriment to you as far as like you awaken quickly because you're just kind of inert, and most times you're generally aware of what's happening, and all seemed well as you were inactive. Like Zoom was muttering in his sleep a little bit, but that's not uncommon these days for most of the party. So.
Right. I'm not prone, but is it still half for me to get up?
It's still technically difficult terrain.
It's difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm.
You're in water, James.
Oh, yeah. But I didn't know it was difficult.
I did just say that.
I can't actually make it there then.
Rusty boy, rusty boy.
Here he comes.
You are making everything wet.
By the way, I just noticed a feature where if you click on Zoom or if you click on Ocasio, it puts whoever's you want on top of the other person. That's nice.
Some good quality of life features that actually make me want to use Foundry instead of Roll20.
I like that.
Me too. The fewer add-ons I need to use, the better.
I just double move to it.
All right.
I think it's all I can do.
Is there anything else you do?
For what, right here, James?
Yeah.
5, 10,
Stand
15.
up. I have 30 feet of movement.
Oh, you were prone. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I don't think I have any other moves.
Okay. So yeah, Tyler beat me to it. I was going to incorporate the rest thing. You can feel like your movements feel sluggish and almost like jittery, like you're trying to like force your legs to move, and you look down at this brackish fluid, and like there's this brownish oxidation gathering around your knees and ankles, getting into your joints and forcing your movement to slow. Not unlike the brackish water that was rusting on the inside of your systems from your dreams. So. Are you immune to poison or resistant to poison?
To poison, I have advantage on saving throws and resistance.
Then you roll a Constitution saving throw for me with advantage.
I'm sorry, what?
Hot damn.
You won.
Wow.
Incredible.
I'm sorry, what?
I love it.
I'm gonna do inspiration.
I think that's a good idea.
Let's go with 3.
Is that with advantage, just one extra roll?
Because it's inspiration, I will allow just an extra roll.
Okay. Whew.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. You get to redo the entire roll, so you would have advantage for that. Wow. What is this algorithm you're running right now?
Bullshit.
Get out of here. Is the random number generator really random?
Yeah. Twins. Let me tinker with that a bit.
So I will consider this the poison trying to corrode your systems is almost acidic in nature, and you blink. Well, you don't really have to blink, but you have those little shutter eyes kind of thing that receptors that make you appear more humanoid than you are. Snap a little bit, and you notice some of it starts to fall away. It's real, but you find that it'll fall away, and you move through your fear to approach the creature. Excellent. I'm a little verbose. This is moving a little slow, but we'll continue onward. I think we got most of the details. Boomlau, you hear the warning shout from Cordax and leap into action. What would you like to do?
Is Bud still next to me?
No, he was in bed.
I'm downstairs.
Oh, okay. So I hear that. I am going to. Is there anybody
Out
on the
there?
upper deck with me at all? Since I'm in the crow's nest.
If you're in, if you look down at, from the crow's nest, you can see Kordax at the helm and Dreek standing. Oh, I didn't roll for Dreek. And you see Dreek at the fore of the ship. Kind of, he's just like patrolling.
Okay, so I take my Zorian Wenge focus.
All right.
I'm trying to. I guess in some way, I'm trying to see if you'll allow. I'm trying to cast a light at whoever is on top and like get their attention and scream that there's something going on.
I will say unnecessary because Kordax was already alerted. He's the one who alerted you to it. So Dreek is already in motion, but his turn hasn't come around yet because I didn't add it. But you're reacting to his words, so you already know that there's a danger here and can do whatever you like now.
Then I'll do the Umlau thing, and since I'm up there in the crow's nest by myself, essentially, I will cast invisibility on myself.
Excellent.
And from there, how high up am I
Good question.
in the crow's nest?
I would say it's like probably 20 feet because you're not an enormous ship. Hang on one sec. Yeah, I'd say like 20 feet in the air is about right for the size of the ship.
Okay. So I use my DOS loop to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
And then I will use my movement to I'll use my movement to get down from the crow's nest and assess the situation.
Sure.
From the peak of my invisibility.
While I'm at it, I will direct everyone's attention to this spot and this spot. These are the entrances to the below decks. We'll just
Cool.
Line them up with the ladders down below. So how much movement are you using?
I'll use all my movement, so it's 20 feet to get down.
Yeah.
And I'll use my last 10 feet of movement to kind of move this way to try. I think that's about. I can try and see what's going on from either this direction or this direction, but I'm invisible.
You can't see. Like you look down into those rooms and like you see the faint glow of the engine room, and you see some candlelight coming from the captain's cabin down in the aft of the ship. But overall, you can hear the shouts coming up from below. There's that like little slatted bit in the middle of the ship below the crow's nest. You can look down into it, and you can see in the dim light. Wait, do you have dark vision?
I don't think I have dark vision.
You can see some faint lights reflecting off of something in the lower decks, and you're like, it's normally something you would associate with like reflecting off of water, which is strange because you're not on the water, you're in the air.
Right. Okay. Okay. With the last bit of action that I have, just like regular interaction, as being Umlau, I just scream,
Mate, somebody's gonna help you. It might not be me though, mate. I'm looking for a way out.
and then I stop. That's my turn.
Excellent. Kazdai will awaken, I'll say. I don't know why he's over here, but he is. I don't know if he's captain or what. He's just gonna, maybe he's poring over some maps or something, and he runs out of the captain's quarters and just like splashes into some water immediately. He'll attempt to double move, but because of his acquisition of the shield, he can actually swim. He has a swim speed of 30, so he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drawing shield and weapon. You can see the shield glowing faintly, like it's a faint moonlight glowing upon it. Who's got a decent passive perception below Dex?
Mine is 18.
Wow.
Mine is 20.
Jesus. Okay. Zoom. I feel
I got
like you're
12, that's
you're
pretty
trained,
cool.
right? In
I
perception?
am not. Oh, wait. Yes, I am.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But it's only a 14.
Okay. Vulcan.
12.
Well, everyone except Vulcan notices the brackish water recedes a little bit, faintly from him. Like not the the water itself almost seems to part a little bit, but like it still tries to like cling to his metal boots. But you find that Kazuya is like running at a speed you would not associate with heavy plate moving through this much water. You yourself, Vulcan. Oh well, you don't notice this, but everyone is like he's moving with a speed that is insane for this amount of water.
He's going the distance.
He's going for regular speed.
He's helping Zoom in his time of need.
Oh, I guess I could have shot a spell, but he double moves. Does he have a bonus action? How does play Kazdaya?
A spiritual weapon.
Smite?
He could spiritual weapon. That's true.
Or prep a smite.
Or prep a smite. What would you guys like him to do? Spiritual weapon, compelled duel, divine favor, or one of his smites?
Maybe compel him. Then we can all just.
Compelling. Oh, well, compelling works only if you don't deal damage to him. We found that out.
Yeah,
okay.
that probably won't.
Great
It's either
divine
spiritual
favor
weapon or prep
would,
smite.
give someone an extra D4 of radiant damage on hits, and then smites and spiritual weapon.
Oh, the D4 of Radiant might be good. For either Zoom or Vulcan.
Just purpose smite. I think.
Sure. Yeah.
Just hit
Prep a
big.
smite.
I think that's a bonus action, right?
It is indeed. He will cast Thunderous Smites, and you guys see a bolt leap from the shield directly to his mace. Of like it's most of his magic, his divine magic has been kind of like associated with storm or light or various other like gray magics. This one has got like a pale crackling of the moon. It's like moonlight, but it's also like tinted dark. Like a dark moon, if you played the Dark Souls games. It's like a deeper blue.
Cool.
That's his turn. But it is now your turn. You are in a hammock.
Awake now.
I will say, yeah, you having had no warning, go ahead and roll a perception check for me. Just loosely.
Yeah, sure. Perception. 23.
Very good. I'll say your senses and sense of combat is heightened enough that like, and we'll say in your case as well that like you're kind of half asleep. In this case, you're like mostly aware of your surroundings because you're also dreaming. What would Bud dream of? What would his fears and dreams be?
Nightmares, fear stuff is kind of what I told you about.
Seem a proud shadow getting out of her cell.
That too, and coming to punch on my buns. Straight up not having a good time with that. But good stuff. His family now with the group here, like just us having a laugh around.
Good stuff, bad stuff.
Oh,
Come on,
bad stuff only.
This is
Oh,
D&D.
okay.
We don't
Kids only.
what you want.
that.
Yeah,
That's not
mostly.
what we're talking about. Come on.
I would say, with the horrific creature that attempted to crawl out of the mountainside. Also, Umlau's father, somewhere out there. The biggest thing I'd be fearful of is like every single one of you guys dead around me, and like I couldn't do anything about it.
Excellent. Awesome. Having the Iron Man nightmares.
Yeah.
Cracked shield.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I will say with that high perception check, you're kind of like you're taking. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not even sure if you can be surprised. Do you have a shield or something? Shield of watchfulness or some nonsense like that?
Hold on, let me double check. It's a sentinel shield.
Sentinel shield, that's the one. I have the watchful helm. You have the sentinel shield.
Yep. I just have advantage on perception and initiative.
Fair enough. So you are not surprised. You half your movement spent getting up out of prone, out of your hammock. You still have the remainder of your move, but it is difficult terrain as you splash into water.
But he's right here, like 10
He's
feet from
right
me.
there, yeah. That's accurate.
Okay, cool. Then I am going to. What's the light situation down here? Is everyone? Can everyone see? Okay. I am going to just go ahead and cast light.
Awesome.
On my shield. So now it's basically, visuals, almost like a big lantern that's shining forward as I hold it up, so you guys can accurately see within 20 feet of me. There is now bright light. And then I think, am I gonna wait on that? Yeah. That'll do it for me for right now.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Zoom,
And
it is your turn.
And I will stay back here.
And you are held aloft, grappled. Actually, let me double check to make sure you're not restrained as well. But I feel like let's see. Just grappled.
Okey-doke. Then I would like to rage.
You do that.
And let's see, what do I turn into right now? I think I also grow tentacles and start to look like Acasio. We'll use the Acasio one.
Cool.
I get grappling. I basically get grappling appendages. I can breathe air and water, and I gain a swim speed equal to my walking speed.
That will help you here.
Oh boy.
Indeed.
Let them fight.
And then, as we do as well, my it kind of looks like my tail like splits off and becomes like multiple like tentacles and stuff. But my claws, or like my fingers like crack and become horrifying looking claws at the same time. I can still attack.
While grappled,
thing, right?
yes, you absolutely can.
Yeah.
I think grappled, your speed is 0.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm just gonna hit. I'm gonna recklessly attack.
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, I'm gonna recklessly use my claws. Which I get 3 attacks. My claws. So it's an 18 on the first one, 15 on the second, and 14 on the third.
Your first claw finds purchase, but then the tentacles start waving around in response, smacking away your hands before they can actually deal any meaningful damage. So 1 hit.
Alrighty. So damage, and it should be. It should be 8 damage. Or no, what's my rage bonus now? Wow, wow, wow. Rage. Still +2, so it should be 8 damage. And that's it.
Awesome. At the end of your turn, it flails in fury at taking some damage from you and tosses you. Let's see. Tosses you at Fosrodine.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Tossed.
That go through? It did.
Is that it? Attack roll? 25? Yeah, that means I'm taking a zoom to the face.
You are. You both
Oh,
take
wait.
18 damage.
One
Ouch.
sec. Hold on. One sec. Cause when I have a Casio mutation, I can try to. Oh wait, no, I already used a bonus action. Never mind. To rage.
You both
So
take
never mind.
18 bludgeoning damage. For you, Zoom, it is half because you are raging.
Yay.
I assume Zoom is now across the room,
Yes, he is.
or was it like extendo tentacle and he pulled him back?
Oh no, he is most
Oh,
of the
okay.
Let's see here. Also, if I kill you all with this monster, you can thank Tyler. He made it. And
Well, they did good the first time.
and I thought it was a damn shame that it didn't get used, and I wanted to use it.
It did get used.
It did get used. Actually, it was completely random. I rolled on a table, and then rolled Zoom, and then it rolled a fear, and then he rolled into this, and I was like, okay, well, here we go. Oh, Zoom, also, roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
12.
12 is a failure. You are considered poisoned until the end of your next turn.
Does the ability to breathe water or anything help me in this instance?
Unfortunately, no.
Or my Acasio mutation?
Your
at this
swim
point?
speed. Your swim speed does negate the difficult terrain, however.
Okay. But being like Acasio doesn't help me in this.
In this case,
my
no.
mutation doesn't help.
Right. Your mutation is only grappling and swim speed, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and being
breathing.
able to breathe water. Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, the breathing water part it just injects the poison directly in your system.
Gotcha.
It gave you the ability to breathe water, not poison.
Sounds good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Also, when you because I should have actually read this creature before I ran it. When you attack the creature, it releases fumes like from the open wounds on its kind of rubbery-looking skin. You take 5 poison damage from the eruption.
Ooh, kitty.
Hot damn, Tyler! What the fuck is that line?
Line.
Oh, never mind. That doesn't apply yet.
What?
Whoa.
What now?
That's
You
gonna
fucking
be,
what?
That's gonna be bad. All right, here we go. Is there anything else you can do, Zoom, or was that all?
Well, can I move now, or is it like still my turn, or?
Technically, it would toss you at the end of your turn as a legendary action, so
Okay. Yeah, then I can't
it
do
does
it.
not. It is Bulbous Acasio's turn.
One bulby boy.
One Bulby boy.
Bulby.
Let me just double check something real quick.
Slap, slap, slap. Bulby.
Clap, clap, clap.
Well, not anymore.
10 feet. So let's say moves there, and the creature like tentacles flailing all up in the air. You see, like it lets go of the various like hammocks and things, and kind of like almost in a like a crude pantomime of a monkey swinging through the jungle, like pulls itself forward toward where it tossed you, Zoom, and makes 4 tentacle attacks against Vulcan, Bud,
no.
Foz, and Zoom.
Oh boy.
So we will start with Bud.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yes.
Yeah, well.
It never happened last time.
Yeah,
Never.
well, you know, it's happening now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, 24 hits me.
sounds great. We'll go through Vulcan. Does a 28 hit you?
No, it doesn't. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll move to Foz. Does a 22
It's
hit
above
you?
a 13, so yes.
Yes, and Zoom does a 24 hit you.
Stacked as shit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Bring it.
What does it say on that? What does it say on those attacks?
Plus 9.
No, there's it says you get the strength DC.
Yes, we're getting to
Yeah.
that. We're getting to
Okay.
We haven't gotten there yet.
that. I'll just roll 1 damage for all 4 of you since it all hit. 14 piercing damage as these tentacles
great.
just like spear into you. Zoom it is half.
Holy shit, Foz! That's how much health you have?
I'm at 9.
Why is
I have 41 health.
I need
Oh my god!
I need all 4 of you to roll a strength saving throw or become grappled.
Hey, at least there's that.
You did. You succeeded. You're only...
If I don't succeed, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Inspo.
Well, you don't, so go ahead and use
Okay.
it.
Alrighty. God damn it!
Nice.
Oh,
Son of a bitch.
wish you
so
had that back.
all of you, in varying forms. So, like, Foz, you managed to, like, get a glancing blow as it, like, skins you, but, like, it grazes your neck and you're, like, bleeding profusely from the shoulder. Vulcan, you are able to smash and parry its tentacle sideways, but it still rakes up your torso, scuffing your metal armor. Zoom, you cut down on the tentacle, preventing it from piercing and grappling you again. However, Bud is not so lucky. You're just rolling out of the hammock and you cast light to see what's going on, and you cast it just in time to see this tentacle pierce you right in the shoulder, and like you can feel it curling over your back and across your neck, and it starts pulling you inward. But meanwhile, Acasio looks sideways at Paz, and projectile vomits a sticky ball of corrosive mucus towards him. And he has to roll a dexterity saving throw. And crits.
Oh god!
Saving throw?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that gets projected in the chat too, so you guys can see that one.
I did not. I only saw it in
Didn't see it.
D&D Beyond.
Well, I projected something earlier, but
Only Beyond with a sanguine dice set.
excuse me. It's gross too. It sounds like wet flesh. It's like when it hits the wall.
Yeah, those
on
sound
my
nasty.
browser. They sound gross. But when
What
I
does that mean?
rolled a 20, it went do-do, do-do, do-do. A little heartbeat. Let me see here. On a failed save, on a successful save, the ball lands at the creature's feet and explodes, dealing that much poison damage to every creature within 5 feet that fails a dex save. Okay,
You succeeded, so you're good.
and I did. Alright. It's going to... It's gonna start moving backward this way, dragging you guys along with it.
No,
you aren't
only
grappled.
Bud
You
is.
guys aren't gra- you guys aren't
Right.
grappled. So in that case, it'll move over here. Vulcan, you can take an opportunity attack.
Ooh, I do. $17, sir?
17 glances off of its rubbery armor. You feel like it's like hitting a rubber tire, like, and you bounce back, arms flung backward behind you.
It sounds like a hit, but it's not a hit.
No, it's not it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let me correct myself.
Okay.
No.
I like the flavor.
No.
But you're saying I touched it.
You guys were
Okay.
one level less than you are now when you fought this, but you did have pirates.
Yep. As a legendary action, you see one of its eyes roll over the top of its body to point at you backwards and look at you, Vulcan, and it's like it lifts a little bit, and you just see acid spew from underneath its eye.
Gross.
Gross.
I dodge it, naturally.
Outcome DC 16 Constitution saving throw, please.
Poison?
Acid.
Acid. That's something?
That's something.
Hey,
You take
That's
10
weird.
acid damage, and you are blind until the end of
Wow.
Acasio's next turn. So when your turn comes up again, you will be blind, I think, if memory serves. Yeah, so you'll be blind, and then when Acasio goes again, it will wear off. So you just get this, like, it's almost like a spider web and how tacky it is, just like splat over your eyes.
It's like the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park.
But it burns and it's corrosive and it just like gets into your ocular sensors and you're having a hard time actually seeing where this creature has gone.
I don't like it.
Well, I shouldn't have done that, I guess. I should have done that at the end of Dreek's turn. I forgot. But in any case, Dreek is going to sprint. 5, 6. Actually, he's acrobatic enough. He'll jump over the railing here and duck in sideways, and come out on this side into the engine room. We'll say on over here. I'll add stairs later, and pop out here. He too has a swim speed. I'll say he shoots his longbow because that was his jam.
I have his character sheet up if you want me to hit it.
Yeah.
I don't know if-
Well, no, I have it up as well. I just couldn't find his longbow for some reason. So. But fewer things for me to have to deal with, so I appreciate that.
Does a 24 hit?
That 24 absolutely does hit.
He does 13 piercing damage and 8 sneak attack.
Which applies because he does have an ally next to it.
21 total.
21 total. That's really good.
And it is a magical weapon. It's a +1.
Very good.
If that matters. For some reason, I felt like it would be important to specify. So.
You never know. Creatures are dangerous. I'll say at this point he does the acidic ink thing. Let me just double check one thing. So even though the arrow pierces into its hide, it's like you watch the arrow. Some of you watch the arrow like burn up and like disintegrate, and acid, like gas and acid spews out of Acasio, damaging Dreek, and he takes 6 poison damage.
I cannot track his HP. I can only click the die rolls.
How much total HP does he have on the sheet there?
62.
Excellent. It's up to date. Now I can update it for him.
Okay.
On his token. Okay. That's that, and that. So, we get to a little bit of business here. Cordax. So, while you can feel the ship descending, you get the impression that, like, your health won't actually raise the ship up more. It's really not an issue of steering. It's really just an issue of, like, there's too much weight on the ship.
Okay.
So you're confident enough that the tetrahedron will manage on its own.
Got it.
Trying to keep as much the ship aloft as long as possible, but it is descending at a rapid rate.
Got it. Okay. What is the distance between the floor I'm on and the ground level?
Well, you can do what Dreek did and jump the railing. That's I'll say one move to get the door, and then another 30 feet will get you into this doorway down below.
So I will have to double move, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But if
You might have some teleportation bullshit, actually.
Okay.
I think this character does. Yes, he sure does. So he will teleport, if possible.
Is there any kind of requirement of sight?
I mean, can I teleport down from there? I don't know. Let me see.
I mean, you certainly can. If like, I'm just asking if like the spell requires you to have line of sight on your destination, or if you can just go somewhere you know.
Yeah, both of the teleports I have are bonus actions from where I can see.
Okay. I would say you could see through this grating over here, if you wanted to attempt something like that.
So I could move here. What's the distance to the grating? Let's see. And it's too far. So if I jump down,
Uh-huh.
God damn it. I jump down here.
Okay.
I can still see through here.
I would say from like your horizon line, like you would have to be at a higher elevation to see it. What I would allow you to do is, if you want, you could try jumping off of the railing, and like depending on how high you go and how good in an athletics check, you might be able to see into the grate there.
Okay, so yeah, ideally he'd want to get down there as quick as possible, so I would be able to have an action still.
Sure.
And I do have high
check for me
athletics or acrobatics.
then. I'll allow you.
Good,
I'll allow you.
good, because I actually have dexterity. Not great, but I guess I could use inspiration, so I don't just fall on my ass.
You could potentially.
Yeah, sure, I'll use it. So I just keep holding on to it. That's better.
Much better. I'll say with an acrobatics, you're able to leap forward. I'll say you grab hold of it like a loose, like Umlau descends via rope
Swinging.
to not take any damage. And as the rope swings backwards and you see him vanish from sight, you reach forward, grab that rope, swing forward, and you get a good look straight down onto the into that grating. I'll say it lands
Cool.
you.
Hold up, because I have two different ones, and one could possibly save Foz, and I think I would do it.
Okay. Do it.
One lets me switch places with one person if they're willing.
Okay.
Yeah. So see, that's I don't know how that works.
Is it benign transposition?
Yeah, benign transposition. You can use your. Oh, that's an action.
An unoccupied space that you can see.
Never mind. We're not
Or
gonna do that
swap
one.
spaces
That's an
with a
action.
willing creature within range.
Oh, if it's an action, that's different. But I mean, it could still be.
I have,
if you're amenable.
No, because I have other things that'll be better for the group if I use actions.
Sure.
So I'll just use phase step instead.
Okay.
So use a bonus action, actually teleport 30 feet.
Um,
Unoccupied space you can see,
I will say.
and it also does fear effect because it's winter.
Oh, cool. I'll say that. Oh, you built an excellent synergy for me.
Yeah.
Let's see. I will say that you could see, pick a spot. Oh wait, I don't know what this is. What am I doing?
Like right here.
I'll say like kind of in this area.
Oh, okay.
Because you're kind of like angled, you can see further into that direction. So I'll say, within reason, like choose a spot like there's a doorway there as well. So like,
I just think right here.
Works for me. Feel free to move yourself there.
Oh. Let me go here first. Alright, there he goes. Alright, so I go down there. Hold on. This thing say? Oh, it has to be right next to it. So I teleport next to him instead.
Okay.
Be right in front of Drake. And when I
Daniel, can you roll a Constitution saving throw for him, please?
Yep. Constitution. Click.
He saved. All good.
Hey.
Cordax, continue.
because I am a Winter Eladrin, and I use my face step, one creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of you. Oh, never mind. It's before, not after.
Oh, when you leave.
Yeah.
What does it do?
It frightens them until the end of my next turn. But, okay, so if that's the case, I will not be next turn. But yeah.
Works.
Cool. And I will cast Hold Monster.
Okay. Maybe so.
Let me make sure what's the level of Hold Monster. Do not have Hold Monster? I swear I did.
I mean, you guys did perform a long rest, so I feel like from what I know about you, you would have had it. Like, I'm okay with you having it.
It's not in my list, so.
Oh, it's not on your list at all. Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know. I don't know my spell book. Let me see. Might be thinking of a different character. I'm probably thinking of
Cyphria. Yeah.
What
Okay.
level
Or
is
that high
spell?
yet.
It's a 5th level spell, so I don't have it because I only have 5th level
Yeah.
spell.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay.
Another shout out from hell.
Yeah. Well, okay then.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna bring Zariel's stat block here real quick. Hope you don't mind.
No, we're okay.
Yeah, we're good. Thanks. Struggling with Acasio. I don't think they need to.
All right, fine.
No. I'm summoning Greater Demon right now.
Oh well.
Well, we'll actually do
She's
this.
a devil, so it doesn't.
Ah, darn. Let's make a deal.
Summon greater bitch.
Oh, he's doing it, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Which one are you summoning?
God
Yeah,
damn,
that's
look
so
at it.
long.
I know it's long. I wrote it.
It's the middle
Despair,
one.
Fury, or Hunger?
Fury, that's the
Fury
one.
it is. Very well. What does your magic look like when you summon the Sinborn?
It's very eldritch looking. Very purple, like wispy magic.
Okay.
Dark, like nasty purple looking.
Awesome. Would you say it takes on, like, so in my head, let's say you cast your magic forward, like, with 2 hands into the wall of the airship. Does it, like, take a crackly lightning purple into the wall, or is it, like, kind of, do you, like, expel a, like, you know, dust cloud? What are we
It's
looking
more
at?
like goo, like purple goo, like a portal almost.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Let me see here. I'm only saying we'll talk. I will provide you with a certain number of these tiers, but you channel your magic into this tier, this jewel-like tier, and it bursts forward and kind of like an ichor splats onto the wall. You all see this, like, talons move essentially like into an orifice and like kind of like crawl out of the wall through this purple ichor. It's like scrabbling and scratching. It's this fleshless beast with no eyes. It's like covered in spines and bone and teeth and just like sharp. It's just all angles and, like, you know, odd movements. It's almost like chitinous, like an insect, but it's like clearly made of flesh. It's got like oozing sores all over it, and like it crawls on all fours as it like sprouts from the wall and flops onto the ground like it's been birthed out of your airship. Let me just remind myself the bullshit that I wrote for you. It almost looks like a Veligro. Like, kind of like a wolfish, like, you know, hound-like form. But it's just like this flesh, bone, almost like a devil-like being, but clearly a monstrosity of some kind that splats onto the floor, and then immediately, like, it's got like a hound-like snout that it raises to the air and sniffs around. And I don't recall if we wrote in any kind of action. Let me just double check this. Moves on shares your initiative count, takes your turn immediately after yours. All right, perfect. I'll allow the verbal command to go now, if you wish.
Yeah, I'll just point at it and say kill.
So, like, as it sniffs the air and it, like, you can see it's like hackles raised. You just see like rows and rows of like these jagged, they're not even teeth, they're like bone, sharpened objects that look like teeth. And it, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Use bonus action and action, so I can't really do anything else. And I probably will have to roll a Constitution saving throw, yeah?
You do, yes.
Okie dokie.
Same.
I'm gonna pull a Veligro out because that's like the closest thing I have to what I'm describing here.
That's fine. 15.
15, I think, succeeds. Yeah.
Cool.
Or fine. This creature leaps from like between the hammocks and pounces onto Acasio. Just for precedence, I will say you will have to vocally order it to do its once per day thing.
Right.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
it will
it's
just take like its multi-attack. So.
It's only one attack because I only cast at the first.
Okay, great.
Or the third level, rather, so.
Okay, awesome. So it does one attack.
I have the roll here if you want me to do it.
Yeah, can you please? Thank you.
Oh, that's the damage. What? Okay. That's no good.
That's lava toss.
That's
Why did it
What?
jump me? It jumped me all the way up to like your initial lava toss rolls. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, weird. Okay, no, it's doing damage.
That could be just the way that I wrote.
Oh, it doesn't have the
attack roll.
It doesn't have an attack roll, yeah, on
Alright.
here.
Drop me a note tomorrow and I'll fix that. For now,
Look
just
at
roll a
those.
d20.
Yeah, none of them do. Alright, is there a way I can click on, like,
In
rolls?
D&D Beyond, you
D&D
can do
Beyond?
the bottom left and the circular
see, yeah.
icon with D20 in it. You can do that and select what you want to roll, and then just call it out.
It's 15. We plus things.
Oh, plus things.
I mean, I don't have any pluses, so it's 15
does
plus
it
whatever.
not add your proficiency? I
No.
feel like it does.
I mean, it'd be whatever the monster is, so I don't know, because he didn't have any bonuses to attack rolls. It doesn't say anything.
Maybe I accidentally removed it. It would be plus your proficiency, your current proficiency.
Just the proficiency is be 3, so 18.
Okay. I'll another note. We're live testing. But I'll say that hits.
Okay.
That seems like enough.
Alright, I did already roll damage.
Okay. Cool. So 6 damage total.
Yep.
In slashing damage.
Mhm.
Good. You rolled a d12, right?
It's a d12 plus 3.
Okay.
So that's. Hold on, there's something else to that, though.
I thought there was, I
Plus
don't
the
think there was.
spell's level. Plus the spell's level, which is 3, so it's another additional 3.
Okay, great. So 9 total.
9.
Awesome. Very good.
And that's all I can do.
Oz, it is your turn.
Alright. Okay, so let's.
And I will remind you are poisoned.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, does you have to roll a con save for the symbol?
Yeah, I think that was fair. Oh, summons, man. They are complicated.
The crit. So.
A crit, that makes it easier. For sure.
Wait, do we skip Umla at some point?
No, we just
Okay.
finished a single round of combat.
That's what I mean. Like, did I missed it? Brandon went, but
So
invisible.
Brandon turned invisible and came down from the crow's
Got it.
nest. So
Yep.
yeah, no, it's
Gotta
been that
get
long.
it.
I'm embellishing as well, and we're doing some new things here. So taking a little longer than I want, but
Alright.
all good.
Alright, I will try to make this quick. I will.
No, Paz cast slow on me, so I'm moving slow.
I tried, but you saved.
No, Ocasio saved. I failed.
Let's do. Too much control today. I will do. Let's try this. I'm gonna upcast Mind Spike at 4th level.
Mine
Okay.
bullets.
So he has to. I'll just click the cast button. He has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh my
It's
God.
actually a DC 18.
He fails.
Okay, so he takes 22 psychic damage,
Nice.
and then because I am a divination wizard, I can regain spell slots up to one level lower, so I'll regain my third spell slot that I used to cast slow
Cool.
with. And then, for my bonus action, I am going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
For my
So-
next trick.
I will do that. And then I will make the very poor choice of trying to move back 15 feet.
Oh, okay. Real quick, order of business. When the Cordax, when your summon attacks the creature and hits it, it takes 5 poison damage.
Right. Okay. That's a good way for me to keep track of that.
You're gonna have to write it down. So
Yeah.
I'll make tokens for you as well.
Pencil and paper.
Adding to my my to-do list, I will add tokens that you can actually control, and then we can
That'd be
just
helpful.
give them to you, and you can manage your health on your own.
That's fine for this now.
Let's see here. Okay, so it will attempt to take an opportunity attack on you, but it has to make a wisdom save, right?
Yes, it has to make a wisdom saving throw. It's an 18, I believe. That's my wizard. Actually, wait, no, sorry, I lied just a sec. Sorry, my spell DCs are different, and the staff that I have doesn't actually bonus to attack and damage rolls. Sorry, I lied. The previous one. Oh wait, sorry.
Actually, it doesn't matter. Keep it in your head. He rolled low enough that it is irrelevant. So.
Okay.
But
Sorry, just quick check. It would be a 16 because that's my cleric.
yeah, no,
DC.
it doesn't
Okay.
matter. Yeah.
Okay, so then.
So he rolls a wisdom saving throw and fails. So
Yeah,
attacks
so-
a different creature. In which case, this would be Zoom because he's right next to you.
Sorry.
I'll say he goes in that direction. Zoom, can you remind me? Reckless attack. How long does it last?
He'd have advantage.
He'd have advantage. Okay. Thank you for being honest. I appreciate that. He rolls a 24 to hit you.
Yep.
Yep. 12 damage, halved, but, and then roll a strength saving throw with
Yep.
advantage.
Is there a concentration button?
Concentration on what?
Technically, Mind Spike is a concentration spell. I know where he is. It's kind of like a hunter's
But
mark
you
sort of
didn't
thing.
take any damage, so.
Huh? No, him from like the spell I cast on him. The first thing I did, the Mind Spike.
He's not concentrating on anything.
No, me. I am concentrating.
Oh, I
The first
see.
spell I cast was a concentration spell, and I'm just giving myself the thing.
Okay, well,
Not that it matters, but
no, so on the one hand, you did attack him. So you do take this damage. You can roll
Okay.
a concentration check to maintain Mind Spike if you wish, or drop it if you wish.
doesn't really matter. But
Doesn't really matter.
sure.
So,
Okay, there.
And it's such a low damage that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So it was
a
4
strong
damage.
It's 4 poison
Oh boy.
damage.
Okay, great.
However, because you're already poisoned, you take it as though you are vulnerable, so it's 8 damage.
Oh great. So now okay, that's 1 HP, guys.
One.
1 HP.
Even
I'm
psychic
coming!
damage causes the poison damage
That's
to
correct,
happen. Okay.
Rules is written.
How does that work? Exactly.
because of its own like anguish. Okay. I'm gonna put it this way in a second. So, you're 1 damage. Zoom, you save, no issues. The longer this fight, or the 6 seconds that you guys have watched this fight go on, and everyone reacts, this creature appears to be in constant anguish. So any amount of like damage that is being dealt to it, like affects its body physically. Like it's ejecting fumes and water, and like it seems like it's in a constant state of pain. Is what I'll say. So.
Oh.
Oh. As a legendary action, it is going to. Let me see here. Do an acidic ink attack at Cordax.
Figured.
So, Constitution saving throw, please.
Please.
Fail.
I got
So you take
inked.
10 acid damage and you're blind.
Is it taking a turn right now?
Legendary action.
It's just legendary action, sort of. Okay.
At the end of Foz's turn.
Question: when does the poison wear off?
Am
Am I no longer poisoned?
Yes.
Okay.
And
That's it.
You
I'm done.
are far enough away that like the brackish water seems like less potent this close up, and you don't have to repeat the saving throw.
Cool.
All right.
Well, yeah, that is my turn.
Wilkin, you are blinded.
I'm blinded, but I
By
can
the
still
lights.
guess where he is, right?
You can roll.
roll.
You can attempt a perception check at disadvantage to maintain where you think this is. Because like you took an impact, like recoiled from it. Like you're a little disoriented, but roll a perception check at disadvantage for it. Or use inspiration and make it a straight roll.
You did that. That's a 9. That's a 9.
You think? Okay, well, whip this out. You think that the creature is in this direction.
I go forward and swing in that direction.
And you hit nothing. I'm a gracious DM. I will not have you roll on pause today.
Huh?
Not today. No.
Just walk up, just Foz, please.
Shit all over my face.
What I'll say for that, the saving grace for Foz is that he is not dexterous at all. Like, negative dexterous. Like, and he's splashing around in the water, so you can kind of, like, hear him muttering and chanting, but, like, otherwise you lose the creature completely.
Okay.
I'll even go so far to say is, like, you move all the way to Foz, but then, like, figure out who is there. Like, you overshoot your target and move all the way over here. Or as far as you can in difficult terrain.
Yeah, 3 squares. It's like I could end up, like, here.
That's fine. You're
I
no longer
will-
full. Wait. Nope, you're still blind. Yeah. So
I will second.
I'm sorry. One more time.
I'm gonna second wind.
Great.
In 12 hit points. And that will do me.
So along with your second wind, you take a breath, focus, and you are no longer blind. Umlau, it is now your turn,
It was very wrong.
but not catastrophically wrong.
Let's see.
He's here.
So much going on in the other room over there. Do I hear everything that's like happening? Is it coming from over here?
So I will even say, like, from where, if your position where you're standing, you can see. Do you have dark vision or no?
No.
Actually, it doesn't matter because Bud casts light on his shield, so
Yep.
you can see down into that grate, and you can see and hear everything that's going on. You just need to get down there, or you can stay up here and cast spells down into this area.
Right.
I will say, however, that the grating, like, while allowing sight spells to pass through, if you're like casting like, things that have to travel through it, like attack spells, the grating may get in the way, depending on what you're doing.
So here's what I'll do as a. as well do as a bonus action. I can't necessarily see the creature from where I'm at, but as a bonus action, I can make a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object to make an investigation check to uncover or decipher the clues. So I can spot a hidden creature or object that I'm looking for. Do I see a part of the creature from where I'm standing?
Define, like, decipher what? What do you gain out of this?
I'm trying to see what the monster looks like before I get any closer. Umlau.
No, I'll say, without even any kind of ability or rolls or anything, you can look down and see this creature. It looks like the Acasio creature.
I see what you're talking about this grate right here.
Yeah.
I was looking through. I was talking about these doors.
No.
Through
There's
grate.
an actual
Yeah.
wooden trellis in the top of this boat that I now realize the hammocks are placed a little weirdly because you'd just get rained on if it did. But we'll move on eventually. But you can look down into the lower deck from the top and see into the lower deck. You can see this creature sloshing around in the water, and all your compatriots are there fighting it. So you don't have to do anything special to see it.
Okay, so I just stand over the grate and I just pop an Eldritch Blast at it.
So like I was saying, I think it with the grate being there, it's gonna have some variation of cover, so its AC is gonna be a little higher because of it.
All right, then.
So just for your consideration, you can stay up here safe and not be put in harm's way, but it may just be a little harder to get your spells off depending on what they are.
Saving throws.
Is what I'm saying. Yes. If you did a saving throw spell instead, it would go through and. I also can now see why that's confusing because if I zoom in, there's it's filled. Those little dots are filled in. So.
I figured it out. Let me see. I'll cast Enthrall at the second level. I weave a distracting string of words, causing a creature of my choice that I can see within range that can hear to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Good. That's what I'm gonna do that.
What do you say to try and enthrall it?
I look through this thing and I see it's got everyone all in its tentacles, and I'm just like,
Hey, if you kill them, I have to add you to the list, mate. You can't take my kills away.
and that's all I say to enthrall him. Just let him know that I'm up top.
Do you have inspiration already?
Yes. I have one.
Now, normally, this creature would be immune to charm. If you use your inspiration, I'll allow this and allow the saving throw.
I'll use my inspiration.
Very well. It rolls a wisdom saving throw, you said?
Yes, it's a wisdom saving throw.
I'm such a big fan of this, I won't even allow the legendary resistance. It fails. It is enthralled. It is charmed by your words. That if it kills your compatriots, you couldn't kill them first.
It just looks up to you, and we all look up at you like, the
Yeah,
fuck?
all of its eyes become there's a blinking as it kind of just looks up at you. You can see it's got multi eyes. It's got 5 eyes, and there are eyes that are traveling across its body, forward, onto the front of its face, to look up at you.
Since I'm not invisible anymore because I cast the spell.
Correct.
I'm just looking down at this thing, not entirely sure what to do. I step back and I talk to myself, and I'm just like, I think I fucked up. Yeah, I think
think it's my time to go, mate. Yeah, I think it's time to leave.
And then I walk to the edge and I go,
But I'll wait to see if they make it first.
All right.
You're gonna kill yourself?
I can
You
fly.
can fly, yeah.
I'm gonna say, I was like,
How long does that last, though?
He only thinks happy thoughts.
How long,
Let
how
go.
long does that last?
I think it's 10 minutes.
Fly?
No. The
Oh, the enthrall.
Oh, it lasts, enthrall lasts for a minute.
Okay.
Does it drop Bud?
It lasts for a minute, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump off the edge, the side, Josh. That's
So while it's distracted,
ready to go.
it's like looking up at the, like you can hear, everyone hears umlau. Like the magic resonates down in the lower decks. Like the words are not like sneaky or hidden in any way. Everyone hears that.
not cool, creature.
Cause runs up and attempts to hit it. Why is it so loud? That was the second I had it on. Thank you.
It just jumps.
Also, where's the rain and thunder?
It's there.
Well, yeah, because I clicked on it. It can't, for whatever reason, it won't do both at the same time. What's more important to me is the tribal war. So anyway, so regardless of that, Koss runs up and will attack. His thunderous smite attached to his weapon. Did that come across? It did. Both very good rolls. He will deal 9 and 6 damage and pump a smite spell, a second level smite into this.
Oh boy.
Alright, so for a total of 6, 12, 21 damage total.
Very nice.
He still has a bonus action. He'll summon the spiritual weapon, we'll just say that. Ooh. Ooh. Summon, so, where before, he would summon a mace or some kind of like martial weapon to strike his foes. Now there is a tentacle, like a spectral tentacle that like kind of forms out of the floor and like smashes onto the creature. So he casts that as well. Second. Attack. Nope, that was damage. The tentacle smashes, but the creature it like glances off of the creature's natural high. Deals no damage, but it is like floating, like growing out of the floorboards of the airship.
You got fumes going in Kaz's face, yeah?
Yep, 100%. Hit twice, so I need 2 of these guys. For a total of 10. I'll say it's directional in that, like, so when like the spiritual weapon hits it, like it spews out wherever the impact was and affects nothing. But otherwise, continues as otherwise stated. We're moving on. Umlau's done, Kaz is done. Bud, you are grappled by this creature.
Yep.
You're hanging like upside down, shield, and do you still use a spear? Or
No, it's like a morning star.
Morningstar, and you're like you still got a hold of your equipment, but you're hanging upside down, and it looks like it's trying to like drag you over its gaping maw full of teeth.
Do I have to make a save at the end of my turn?
Well, I mean, to escape a grapple requires your full action, either in athletics or in an acrobatics check.
Did Kaz make the con save?
I did not. I was just giving you that as well. Also, Kaz is now in range for the aura to take effect for those within 10 feet.
Thank
He
God.
saves,
You said I can do an athletics check?
or acrobatics, your choice, but it takes your full action.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Ugh!
You slash your Morningstar down, and all the spikes like stick into the tentacle, just enough for it to get to get it to let go of you, and you like land on your feet. Roll an acrobatics check for me.
Sure.
I'll say you land on your feet with an 11. That's fine.
Okay.
But that's your full action. You still have a move and
Yep.
a bonus.
Yeah. I'm going to shift around.
LOL 40.
Hey. Would you like to use Bravura Presence?
And man, what was that?
The song said something like, "Whoosh."
He's frozen for
Like,
me.
Mish.
I heard Mish.
His camera's
I'm-
frozen.
Oh,
Yeah.
looks like 4 terabytes wasn't enough, apparently.
Evidently. Can you guys still hear me?
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Now we can.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's just my camera. I wiggled the cord or something, and it
Ooh, buddy.
froze my camera.
Watch out for them cords.
So that's disconcerting.
And
Wiggle.
I am going to cast Sanctuary on Kos.
Really? Okay.
Oh, you're right here next to me. You're right up in the thick of this.
Actually,
Thick.
I mean, he's likely just gonna break it. Attack though.
Okay.
oh, that's your last
put it on. Daniel already has it on him, right?
No.
Yeah,
he has
I
it on
have-
himself. Yeah.
I have Sanctuary on myself. I was just putting a status on me to denote that. Because I'm also concentrating, but...
Go heal your boy.
I can't.
You have your channel divinity?
Yeah, but I've already used my action.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Healing word.
I don't have it.
What?
It's the best spell. It's the best healing.
With these
Don't
Two
have it.
sections.
multiple spells? Hello?
I don't have it.
On?
I don't have that spell.
He chooses not to take the spell. Anyway. It's a character choice. It's fine.
Some would say it's why Zoom died before.
Someone said that. Who would say that though?
Zoom?
Indeed.
As player knowledge.
Anyhow, I'm just...
Yeah. All right. That's what I do.
That's it? Alright.
Yep.
Doom, it is now your turn.
All right. I'm poisoned. But I'm gonna move through the water.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Continue your turn. Bud, roll me a wisdom saving throw, please. And a constitution saving throw.
Okay. There's a wisdom. Great.
Gets
First.
a bonus from you.
Yes, you also get a +4 bonus to your saving throws.
14. And there's
14
a
what?
14 wisdom and a 13 con.
Alright. Well, you are poisoned.
Sweet.
If you weren't already, I forget. With that wisdom saving throw, you... Ooh. You kind of like take a moment. You look at this creature. You look at Acasio. You feel a chill run down your spine. You look back. You see a devil behind you, spectral,
Great.
spectral and red, holding chains in his hands. An innumerable number of chains. Physically impossible to hold in a single fist.
Uh-huh.
But you see your family chained by collars, tied to his hands
Oh,
behind him.
no.
And you also see chains moving out toward your compatriots. Because you failed, everyone else is grappled as well. Your speed is 0.
Great.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Okay.
All of you can see this devil as well. Winged, smirking, cruel horns, almost like parallel, running over the top of his head.
So this is not my thing.
This is not your thing.
Okay,
Not
I was
at
like
all.
confused. Like,
Not at all. Not even remotely. And it's very clearly not physical, the same way that Ocasio is present here physically.
Yeah.
And you see these red glowing chains reaching out, and they don't attach to your necks like you see these other people behind him, and they're like legless. They're like almost like spirits or ghosts or something. But for you, they like attach to your chest and grapple you in place.
Oh.
And as the chains like manifest themselves into you, they just all chains suddenly like just spring up about and like wrangle you in place. Suddenly
Marley
like,
and
bringing
Marley.
your arms and legs together in place.
Okay.
So everyone is
Wait,
grappled.
just oh, so it's this. Like you just described with Bud.
Yep.
Everyone's like
Everyone.
We don't get a saving throw or anything. It just happens.
Oh,
Okay.
Bud got a saving throw.
Thanks, bud.
wow, Bud.
It's like
They're
that one
one
kid who
health.
tricks in class, and then everybody gets punished. You're like, dang it, man! Why couldn't you just be quiet? Now I gotta go.
It is very clearly a different thing. Completely there's like this fiery, almost like spectral look to every single chain that's like reaching out from this devil's fist. That's like chaining all of you down.
I'm actually blinded, so I don't see it.
You don't. One of us will probably
Just
be
very
blinded
confused.
later. Would you like me to find you a box? Okay.
And is it is it just behind Bud? Like, is it in Bud's spot?
So I'll say it's like over in this area generally. I'll drag a token out just so you can see it. Let's grab. Looks vaguely nefarious. Let's just go with that.
Okay, well that is perfectly in a spot where I can't do anything. So
That was unintentional. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna then just activate my Eldritch Claw tattoo as a bonus action.
Okay.
So suddenly even more tentacles come off of mine, and my arms kind of become like longer and semi stretchy, which allows me just to reach Ocasio at least with attacks. So I will do some claw attacks still at reach.
Awesome.
And all my strikes deal an additional d6 of force damage now, which is nice. And we'll do the reckless. Can I roll fucking above a 10, please?
Not today.
If you want, I could make you roll a 3.
All right, we'll take that.
Oh, there you go.
And then the last one, we'll take 2 crits.
Okay. Fair enough.
Oh yeah.
So
Roll twice on the crit table, please.
Oh yeah.
there it is. Roll. I make an additional attack.
It's not showing the results for me. You take a 10 retaliatory poison damage because you've hit him. Did you fail your Constitution saving throw on the previous turn?
I did, yeah. Oh, I'm poisoned technically.
So you take 20
Okay.
damage.
Which means he wouldn't have gotten that damage in his attacks.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten advantage. Can I burn my inspiration and say I keep
I'm
us
fine with
advantages?
that. I'll allow you to
All right.
roll I'll allow you let's just say you use your inspiration, you get the one roll on the crit table. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay. So I make an additional attack as part of that. I rolled the 23.
Okay.
So
Disadvantage
this
because
one
you're
will just
poisoned?
be but canceled out because of reckless.
Okay, fair enough.
So 21. And then that's all before damage.
So you take an additional 14 poison damage this time. I rolled
Jesus
7.
Christ.
I rolled max. And because you're poisoned, you are vulnerable to it.
gonna die just by hitting this thing. And then what else happens? Doesn't something fun happen when I crit? Slasher. When I score a critical hit that deals slashing damage, I grievously wound it. It has disadvantage on attack rolls until the start of my next turn.
That's good.
Very nice.
And then, so from 3 hits, 2 of them crits. How are we doing crits in this one?
Max damage and in addition to whatever the table says.
All right, so max damage would be 12.
12
plus.
twice, right?
Will be more because it's 2d6, so 12 plus my strength, which is 16 plus rage is 18, so 18 twice. And then the third attack I'll roll for, and then add another d6 on top of that. So an additional 2 damage, so 8, 10, 12 damage from that last one.
So 46 damage total. It's looking very hurt.
And also, because of my slasher feat, its speed is reduced by 10.
Nice. It's the feat that's what's his name? Never got to use.
And then, yeah, that's it. So basically, I'm like sitting there, like I don't know, I
Kothar,
have the chain around me, and then just like I'm still just like
yeah, you get
reaching
these, like,
out,
whip,
basically.
like slashes, like envy style out of, or is it envy or lust? I think it was lust out of Fullmetal
Lust, yeah.
Alchemist. Like, and just like pierce into this creature. It's reeling with the hits. It's very very hurt. Interestingly, the Sinborn that Kordax summoned goes into a frenzy at this point.
That's good.
It was good.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm really low because I took a shit ton of poison damage.
It will drop an eye, like its eye just like slides almost out of its socket and just acid sprays at you from over Bud. You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
27.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, you said. Yeah, you
Yeah,
better just dodge
poison.
out of the way out of it, or like wipe off the acid.
Am I still poisoned?
Roll a Oh, well, that's a different Constitution saving throw. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw. Yes, you are still poisoned.
Damn it.
But you're not blinded, so there's that.
I'm blinded.
Count your blessings.
You have disadvantage on your attack rolls, but at least you can see it. Okay, great. So it's Acassio's turn.
Disadvantage, disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Let's see here. What will we do instead?
Blue skidoo.
It has no current creatures grappled. So alright, so we'll go around clockwise. So Kordax is 1, 3, 2, and I'll start rolling for the 4 attacks here. We'll see where they land. Kordax is actually kind of out of range. Let's do.
Nay. Hey, he gets an opportunity. He gets opportunity.
He would.
Yeah.
I'll say that because Kordax is kind of like a source of damage. It's. I think only. I think only Daniel gets this reference, but he's like the more like fish creature, like crawling its way.
Burst.
It's like solely like pitiful, begging you guys to stop killing it. The Sinborn creature gets an attack of opportunity. If I recall correctly, because of the scent of blood feature, it has advantage on the roll.
They're both 16s. Plus 3.
Yep, definitely hits.
Alright. So much stuff at the school through.
Sorry.
Gonna be that +3, so 12 damage.
12 damage. It's good damage. It's burbling, like it's got all this like water and like foam coming out of its mouth now mixed with like a brackish looking blood, and it's like begging you guys to stop hitting it, but it will make 4 attacks. It's going to make them on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, we'll roll all those. And total them. So 1 attack goes to Kordax because you're blind. It may actually have advantage.
But it has disadvantage.
1 to
So,
Dreek, 1 to the Sinborn, and 1 to Vulcan. So we'll deal with Kordax first because it's just a straight roll. Does a 16 plus? What's your AC?
18.
Definitely hits you. So it hits
Damn.
Kordax. 20 roll. It hits Dreek. It hits your Sinborn. Vulcan, what is your AC?
18.
It hits you as well. So
It's just checking. It's rolling with disadvantage.
fair play, thank you.
Except for me.
Sorry, I was only rolling once. Still hits Dreek. What is a Sinborn's AC? What did I give him?
Oh. Sorry.
Vulcan, it misses you.
It's 13.
Definitely hits the Sinborn then.
Okay.
So Kordax, Dreek, and the Sinborn take.
Also, there's supposed to be some retribution damage to the Sinboi when it did opportunity attack.
Yes. I rolled it, but it didn't actually go through. Well, hang on. So
Healer.
16 damage to all 3 of you. And an additional 7 to the Sinborn for its retaliatory attack. Sorry, I don't recall if you rolled a con save for it.
That was an opportunity attack.
No, when it ended its turn next to Acasio, did it fail or succeed its Constitution?
It succeeded. Crit.
Crit, that's right. Awesome. All right. I will deal 18 to him. Vulcan, you're fine. As a
Well, thank you.
bonus action, it will throw a sticky ball of mucus toward Koss again. And he has to make a dex saving throw.
You said costs, correct?
Yes. K.
Okay.
Who
He has-
fails.
He has Sanctuary on him, correct?
Yep,
From Bud?
he does.
That was good.
Read out Sanctuary to me. Is it attack rolls only? Because this is a saving throw attack.
Oh,
not
it's the same.
a-
Never mind.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
So he fails. He takes 5 poison damage. And then the creature detonates the ball, and mucus sprays poison to every creature within 5 feet. So I need a dex save from Vulcan and Bud. But you guys have +5s to it.
I was like, are you giving me? Yeah.
13.
Hang on. 26. 27.
Only Vulcan saves. Koss
Too much
and
poison.
Koss and Bud, we both take 10 additional damage.
Sweet.
I wonder if Zoom's mutation gets better after killing Casio again.
We'll find out. Alright, that's his turn. It's Dreek's turn. He's gonna... well, I guess he swims, so he'll take a step back. Daniel, can you have him do a longbow?
Oh, sure. Boop, boop, boop. Hold, please. Do, 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 do. 23.
Definitely hits. Roll damage, please.
29, 11 piercing, and 18 sneak
Ooh.
attack.
Nice.
Looking very hurt. I'll have Dreek take another step back out of the water. Cordax, it is your turn. And you're blind.
All right. Yeah, I'll just like blindly conjure lava and toss it in frustration
Roll a
to
perception
be
check.
target. So. Okay. Not bad. 18.
18, you can hear it splashing around. You can actually target the creature. Just attack with disadvantage.
Okay. So I conjure it with my action, toss it with a bonus. Disadvantage, you said?
I did, yes.
Oh, just a 10. So, no.
You can hear it, your lava splash somewhere and hiss as it like cools in the brackish water everywhere.
Hmm.
What verbal command do you give your summon?
I lose my blindness, yeah?
At the end of your turn, yes.
Okay,
The command is a part of your turn.
I'm just gonna keep having him just regularly attack. I don't want him to explode and
Very
or
much.
whatever his thing is yet. Yeah. So, it takes his turn right after my turn, correct? So I lose my blindness first.
Yeah. I should have been having you roll concentration. That was my bad. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Right. Do I roll con save first?
It doesn't really matter either way.
Okay.
He's his own creature, so if the Valigro is poisoned, then like.
I mean,
that
Cordax
matters.
con
Yeah,
save.
no, Cordax being poisoned doesn't like affect the summon. So.
Okay. I mean, he's not gonna get to another turn anyway, probably. So it doesn't matter. Okay. D20s with advantage. Highest is 18 plus 3, so it hits.
23 definitely hits.
Plus 3, so 11 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Nice.
I mean, I don't think Cordax would want to say. I mean, like, I wouldn't be able to say because he's not really in control of how this thing's attacking. So, however it would, I suppose.
So,
Never
for
seen it.
this creature, because it is the essence of fury, it will just like be just like a dog digging for bone. As it sinks all of its like bony protrusions into this creature, it just savages the top of its skin, getting down to bone, getting down to organs, spraying its guts everywhere. It like feasts on Acassio's body, howling in triumph as it just like massacres its body. There's no stopping for it. It will feast and spray its gore everywhere until the summon ends. I don't recall how long it lasts. It could be like a minute, could be 10.
It's 1 hour with concentration.
An entire hour. It continues to just like every bit and sinew, it will just devour. Almost in like it's not even focused on like just eating this thing. It's just focused on causing as much damage to it as possible, to the point where there is no recognizable part of Acacio left at the end.
Cool. And the devil thing's still there?
As Acacio is savage to his last, the creature, the devilkin creature, grins at Bud.
Oh.
He even as you guys free yourselves from the chains as combat ends, it continues to stare directly at Bud, holding and mocking him silently. Like his mouth is moving in verbalizing taunts that only Bud can hear. But you can tell that your family is clearly in pain. They're being tortured, and they're begging you for help within his under his tutelage. I can't think of the word right now.
Sure.
While he possesses them, they are clearly suffering. But for an entire 10 minutes, he remains haunting you. As everyone kind of just goes about their business, you are transfixed where you are, restrained for combat terms, but he's not real. Like you can even go up and attack him. He's not real, but the emotional damage is real.
Emotional damage. Yeah.
And then eventually just kind of fades away.
Is this recognizable to anyone?
Good question. I would allow people trained in history or religion to roll checks.
Everyone else can see him?
Literally everyone can see him.
Okay.
He's not just some manifestation of the
Okay.
You pulled the chains back, right?
I have a feeling it's ain't gonna work, but after this check I will detect thoughts, because why not? That's my shtick.
Sure. That's off. Sorry, what was your question, James?
He pulled the chains off of us, right?
I will say, so despite their spectral nature, you're able to pull the chains themselves off of you. However, he doesn't seem, this devil figure doesn't seem to care that you've released yourselves. He has eyes only for Bud. I will say Kordax and Foz, you both have the impression. Are you really not trained in religion, Bud?
Yeah, I am, but I just
Oh,
figured I didn't roll it.
Well, yeah, I guess that's fair. You do know a fair amount about this, don't you?
Yeah.
So Kordax and Foz, you're quite familiar with the idea that quite familiar with the concept.
Welcome to the club.
Of what devils are.
Dang.
Trying to take the screenshot.
Oh, is that take shot?
He disappeared. Yeah.
You two are quite familiar with the concept of devils, the contracts they can write, and what it costs to pay one of these contracts. I will say that the devils, quite distinct from Sinborn, they occupy their own realms and their own whims. They continue to deal with mortals on this plane, but usually in the form of contracts, and most often at the cost of one's soul.
Lovely.
So, what would you guys like to do? The water remains on the ship. The ship continues to descend. I will say, while Bud, you are paralyzed with your own vision here that everyone else can see.
Yeah.
Everyone else can take time to just throw all the water over the side and bail out the ship. That's not an issue any longer.
Is there a way for me to unsummon, or is it stuck for the hour?
I will say that you are able to unsummon so long as concentration is maintained. If you lose concentration, you no longer have the ability to do so.
And I don't have control.
Right.
Okay, fun. Yes, I will two-hand unsummon this thing.
It's Scrabble, much in the same way that it came into being. It scrabbles at its portal, trying to prevent itself from being dragged back to whence it came. But despite the behest of your magic, it is unable to do so. and it is unsummoned.
Cool. And then in which case I would probably approach Bud. Do you know someone who's made a deal with the devil?
Well, unfortunately, I do.
Do we all hear him ask this?
So what's all this about then?
I will say, Umlau, because your turn never came up, you were waiting for the
Right,
end.
I'm over by the edge. That's
Yeah,
right.
you're over by the edge. Roll a perception check for me. Only because you're split up from everybody else.
15.
I'll say you do hear this, and it draws your attention back to the grating. You can definitely tell that the fighting is over. The danger seems to have passed.
I get to the grating and I look down and I go,
Mate, we all made a deal with the devil. That's why we're all still alive, yeah? The only one that didn't make a deal is the robot guy over there because he's got no real soul. But everybody else, especially the cat guy who says he's super religious, made a deal with the devil, mate.
Cortex is like looking around, like see
I
everyone
never
else's
made
faces.
deals.
Yeah.
I think he's speaking metaphorically.
I sure hope so.
I don't know what a metaphor is, mate. I didn't go to school or nothing.
I made
Me neither.
no deals. I made no deals, but my family did.
What
He's
did
the
the devil
biggest
want with
liar
you?
of all, mate.
Those specters that you saw, they were the souls of my ancestors.
The more hair they have, the bigger liars they are, mate. Don't listen to him.
It's a generational curse. And I pull kind of my armor aside, and you can see there's a brand on my chest, one that I believe Umlau saw
Umlau has
before.
seen this before, yeah.
Showing everybody your titty.
Just cover it back over and just slumps over, not wanting to say anything.
Mate, you gotta like ask us first before you just show us your chest like that, mate.
What deal did they make?
For prosperity. The deal. They needed to sacrifice a child.
And they didn't do it.
No, I couldn't. Neither could my father.
So then it looks like you have to be the one, eh?
And I swore never to do that. That is why I carry this burden.
So you'd rather let your family rot with some devil and God knows where than just kill some child?
Yes, that is my eternal conflict.
Cortex tries to hide his face, but he kind of snorts a little bit. Very well.
And I will begin casting all this, just kind of put my weapon in my shield down next to me and begin casting for 10 minutes Prayer of Healing.
Thank you.
Sorry. I just need 1 minute. I have to be so bad. Oh my god.
Buddy.
Do it.
Oh,
Do the pee-pee. Quick.
He's really going to hunt squid. He's
Now's
got
our
a whole tank of
chance.
them in the other room.
He just wants to feed his squid.
Just
so he
has,
can
just
hunt
has
them
a
later.
pitchfork and he needs to feed. He slurps them up like noodles.
So is that why you became a holy man?
Exactly. I need to find an alternative way than killing a child and giving its soul up to that demon.
Maybe if you find the right child.
You know, there was one child I met early on. He was on a boat. He was a little piece of shit, but I don't think I could have done it. I don't have it in me.
What was his name?
Didn't we already kill him?
I don't think he's dead. I
No,
think
we technically saved him.
Oh, okay.
What was the child's name?
I honestly forget now.
Was it Sid?
I think it was Sid, yeah.
You notice that Cordax like might have some recognition to this name.
Oh. Do
He's
you
like,
happen to
I
know?
am Sid from the future.
I'm fucking Sid now.
Do you know this boy?
Perhaps. I know a lot of boys are taken into the cult. Most don't last.
Well, you lasted and you're here now. So please, let me heal you a bit. Heal your wounds.
Oh, that'd be much appreciated.
And I will go ahead and do a prayer of healing.
It's good to know we're all capable.
I'm going to, let's see. Let's cast it at...
We could also
Cast
just
it.
take a rest too,
Yeah.
like at least a short one. That way you don't burn through all spells and stuff. If we, just in case something else
Ooh.
happens, but I would not say no to a prayer of healing.
Yeah. You should heal.
Apologies, Lions. That was holding that one for a couple hours. Okay, so prayer of healing.
9 plus 4, so 13 healing
Yay.
to Foz, Zoom, Cordax, myself, and Vulcan.
I wish my rage could also
How many
double the
points?
amount of healing I received.
13.
Wouldn't it be nice?
I'm sorry, and
Be nice.
Dreek is lower, so
Yes.
I'll give it to him as well.
Awesome.
13.
I find it comical how much 13 HP is of my bar and how much of Zoom's bar. The side by side, it's like Zoom gets like a tiny sliver, and for me it's like a third. It's funny.
So while you're praying and while this whole thing happens, Kos will the shield on his back ceases to glow.
Oh.
The second that the devil disappears, the shield ceases to glow. He puts it on his back and his warhammer down at his hip, and he says, "I think you're doing the right thing. You're making the hard choices, but people are being saved for it."
Oh.
Ooh.
Just, Bud would definitely look up at you, kind of as your words carry more weight than really anyone else's, and just nods and wipes a tear
He
from
puts
his
a
face
hand
and
out for you,
takes it.
and he brings you in like he's about as strong as, like, you always knew he was strong. Like, you've got the ogre gauntlets, I think, right? So like,
Yeah.
you're a little stronger than him now, but he pulls you in close and he says, "What if the devil saves more people? You take the deal. Understand me?"
Definitely would be furrowing my brow a little bit, but I suppose that.
There's
Yeah.
your lad. And he walks away.
Wait, who has the gauntlets? Because I have gauntlets of overpower.
I do
Bud does
as
as
well.
Oh, do we both have it?
Yeah.
Strong.
Ones?
Cordax will like smile cunningly as you walk away and kind of like eye you as you make. I mean, I guess I have
Zion
heard
will
that.
just give you a nod and just continue on.
Mhm.
Get down.
Okay.
Like a real dad. Come on, don't do that.
Hi. No.
You know, I'd get arrested for the things I'd have to do to you. All right. What does everybody else do at this point?
Run back upstairs to make sure we're not plummeting.
We got to get the plumbing fixed.
Vulcan starts splashing around.
I will say, Vulcan, like you've installed a plethora of like, you know, it's very you're flying in the sky. Rain is a clear issue, right? There are drains.
It happens.
There are drain. We planned for this, you know, but you just didn't plan for a metric fuck ton of water on the boat. Like you
Yeah.
have been submerged, all in one go. The
Like a
airship
walking,
starts to right
talking leak.
itself. Like it, there is a certain cargo weight limit, but water is just so the great equalizer in terms of weight and density that like it just that is not something you would expected in that quantity. Cordex, you go back up top, and the tetrahedron is now glowing a happy yellow.
All right. Well, then I just go back to my shift.
You get a feeling of contentment and peace now that the danger has passed.
And I tell Foz to get some rest since he looks worse for wear.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw, Cordex. Good enough. You stave off exhaustion, the adrenaline pumping through your system. Your first summon in front of your new crew, having been effective as you knew it would be. Does anybody want to do anything else?
I will, after doing that, approach Foz and you look like you could use a little bit more help, my friend. Yeah. And I will lay my hand on his chest and put 10 points of lay on hands
I'll take
into
it.
you.
Thank you.
Of course. It's the least I can do.
What was
Literally, I have a lot more I can do to heal you, but
It's not words. What was the initial prayer of healing that Drake got? Sorry.
I think it was
13.
13. Okay.
Update his health bar.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. The evening passes. The rest of you change shifts. Fosordine, you get a long rest. Everyone gets a long rest. Cordax, you go below decks, take your well-earned rest, and so on and so forth. I need someone to roll a d20 for me.
Do it.
You'll do it? All right.
Guess. Beep. It is a 6.
A 6, you say? Oh.
I just did it on D&D Beyond.
No, sorry, I'm looking through
Oh,
my
yeah.
notes.
Okay. Just making sure.
We didn't update here. Look at my phone notes. I was on a plane when I wrote these. Dukes. There we are. You experience poor winds today. The winds shift unfavorably in your direction. The sails go baggy in the worst ways. And you fly by the merits of your own magic. No winds to propel you forward. But otherwise, the day is uneventful. I need someone else to roll a d20 for me.
I'll go ahead and do it.
Please do.
$15.
Okay. Wow, that's so funny. Okay. So, you guys, I will drag you back to the world map because this is pertinent. You guys approach ever closer to Ansagon. It's been several days by this point. And your second day of an uneventful journey, we'll say. Down below, you can see the Umberly Lighthouse coming ever closer. These days, no storms to strike the lightning tower. It's fair weather all the way through. I need someone to take a watch. Who would like to do it?
I'll do it.
Roll a perception check for me.
Rolling a perception.
Tacos and burritos.
22.
22. But for you, Bud, you've had a lot on your mind. However, it makes the most sense for you to take a watch in the evening. Dark vision, after all, your cat's eyes see much in the night. Down below, you can see a ship. Stationary. The only reason it catches your eye is because it has luminescent lights all around it.
Oh.
And in those lights, Tyler already predicted it. You can see little tentacles above the water and the lights shining brightly. But what's different about it this time is that you can see the lights are brighter. From 1,000 feet up, you can see these lights shining bright beneath the surface of the water. And in their shadow, you can see other creatures circling the ship. Eventually, like you're hovering over it at this point. Eventually, the lights fade away. The creatures vanish, but the ship remains stationary.
Interesting.
What would you like to do?
Who else is up top, said?
Let's say Kordax is at the helm because he seems to be taking the night shift, and I'll say Koss is up at night.
Well, first I'll talk to Koss. You know, I'll kind of whistle at him, motioning, looking downward, and nodding my head and pointing down. I show you what I see. Looks like it's happening consistently in this part of the world. I don't think there's much we can do.
He looks down, and he stares at it. He says, "I see it too. Why is the ship not moving?"
I don't know, and to be honest, I don't think it's worth going down there. Hey, Kordax, have you ever seen a ship get surrounded by lights and then suddenly disappear, and now the ship's not moving?
Can't say I have. Spent most of my life in the mountains.
What do you make of that? And I point over the railing.
I don't see any lights anymore, right? It's all gone.
No lights.
Looks like a ship.
Sorry, go ahead.
Looks like a ship to me.
Bud, roll me an intelligence check or a survival check. Kind of a check to
Yeah.
remember knowledge, we'll say.
Sure. 21.
You recall the God, man, my cameras keep flickering. Always one person is like flickering on and off. You recall the tentacle creature, the way it hunted its prey was by charming them off their boats with, for lack of a better term, dancing lights and kind of like entrancing lights kind of thing.
Ship is abandoned.
Hey,
Free
free
ship.
ship.
If you guys like ships and want to travel by water, sure, why not?
No.
Nope.
Then we could call them pirates or something when we get to the
Yeah.
location. Like, you're not who you're supposed to be.
Where'd you get that boat?
We can tell the guild, hey, we know where you can get a ship to
Oh, but on
make up for the last one.
Well,
a good idea might be to take some cannons off of it or something.
You know, maybe we wait until. Well, is it daytime right now?
it's the evening.
Maybe we wait until it is light out. Maybe we have a better chance at seeing something coming and go for it. Maybe.
I think it's better if we just do something now or just pass it by entirely.
Well, I don't see any true sense in stopping right now. I wouldn't mind just pushing on and get to where we gotta go. Best not getting tangled up in things that aren't our business.
What does Cars have to say?
What would Koss have to say? Ever the pragmatist, he would say, what he would say, not everyone can afford an airship to bypass the dangers of the water. This creature's been a thorn in our side for many a moon. I think we've seen it thrice now, if I'm not mistaken. At some point, someone's got to deal with it, and I feel like we're best equipped to do so. But you know, not much in it for us, I understand. But
It's not our mission.
not our mission, but it is uncanny how it still continues to fuck us to this day.
Hasn't fucked us yet. Hasn't fucked me at all.
Hasn't fucked you yet. Has fucked us for sure. Threw our entire crew off the boat and sank our entire boat. The entire reason we have a reputation in Ryland. That's just me.
Oh, I got a thing. I can to help us make this decision. I will ritually cast augury and ask if going down and checking out the ship with the results will be wheel woe or wheel and woe.
Man.
Haha, you gotta deal
Such
with me,
such an
sucker.
awful spell for a DM to deal with.
But it's so much up to interpretation. So like the thing that I hate the most about it is I just don't want to lead you down a path that would get you killed, and then you
Yeah,
would
you-
all be like, look at him. He said it was a
That's-
good reason to go down.
That's
And
the
I
Right.
thing.
Because you can't predict how combat's gonna go.
I would say
Well, it's all about asking the right question then, right? So it'd have to be like,
Yeah.
instead of asking, will it be good or bad if we go down? That's
Well,
to
it
say, like,
says because it's not like a specific question.
you're doing
It's
feelings, not
you receive an
Yeah.
omen about an action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. So Yeah.
So, and I think I responded the same way last time. The cop out
Yeah, wheel and
answer
woe,
is
yeah.
wheel and woe, but
Well, there's wheel and woe, and then there's also nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad.
right.
So like if there's something good
Um,
or very bad or both, then wheel and woe. At least that's my interpretation.
So I asked you this before. You do tea leaves, right?
Yeah, tea leaves and like rolling the bones type thing or
Okay.
something. This will be part of him making poultices to put on his wounds.
So you prepare tea. It's been a long day. A sudden attack on your ship as you shaken, we'll say. In those moments of indecision, there are practices that still bear knowledge and fruit that are still worth doing. Maybe they don't provide clear answers, but they're still directions. They're still portents.
They're never wrong.
But these are a bit of a gray area. Your visions are never wrong, but the bones are always up for interpretation. So when Bud comes down and informs the crew that there's a stranded ship, you cast the bones over an empty teacup, leaves strewn about. And they cast wheel. The tea leaves cast wheel. There's a good result to go down. But the tea leaves, that's a different portent. They say, not that there will be bad results, but there will be danger. Potential bad. Potential woe. I'm using the spell liberally, but, you know, giving you a bit more than you need,
Okay.
but giving you less than you should.
I appreciate it.
Half as well as you deserve.
Uh, Half as well as I should like.
Happy birthday!
To be honest, I need to like sit down and like do like a logical thing of that comment because I'm always like, I think I know what it means. Is that what it means? But anyway,
Should we put it to vote then?
oh, there could be great reward, but there is also the potential for danger. I foresee. Should we come prepared to deal with those creatures? There might be some profit. Of what kind I cannot foresee.
Oh, there's always danger. Risk and reward. I say we do it.
We've fought these things before, right?
At this point, mate, should I even argue?
Well, I still value your opinion.
I'm interested to hear what you'd have to say.
Right. Put us in danger, hope we don't die. Let's do it.
That's the spirit.
Kordax will reluctantly follow what the majority chooses, but he still thinks that it's not his mission, not our mission. So he doesn't understand the priority of just going after some random monster.
Not so much the going after the monster, it's investigating the ship and dealing with the monster should it happen.
What Wilkins say?
I say we press on. But We have not died yet.
All right. Wow.
Well, the cat has spoken. We press on. No, just kidding.
Says, Dad, I'm tired.
This will be the last thing, I swear. I'm just trying to get us a little closer. I'm pushing it a little bit to make sure I don't have a 12 session Hinterwood. Very well. You guys descend. Not unlike a SWAT team, rope ladders and cables. Lower yourselves down onto the ship. The closer you get, the easier it is you can discern that it is a ship of dwarven make. Now,
Interesting.
it doesn't take a history major or a proficiency in these sorts of things to know that a dwarven ship is a rarity, to be certain. They prefer their land routes, they prefer their mines, they prefer their comforts. But dwarven ship is of necessity. And this one is abandoned completely. Nary a beard or ale to be found.
Let's go.
The ship is deserted.
And they took their ale?
When I say ale, I mean
I know what you mean.
there's not a single soul to enjoy the spirits and the hospitality of the dwarves, famous that they may be. You alight upon the deck. An eerie ghost ship in the night. What do you all do?
When we get on the ship, I will use an Eyes of the Grave to detect if there are undead.
A safe option. One bred out of necessity. Not paranoia. Your magic seeps into the very metal of the ship, for it is not made of wood. It is made of, well, there is wood, but it is a metal construct forged in fire that this boat is made. It seeps into the very bones of the ship, resonating and echoing off of its metallic origin. None dead to be found on this ship.
Mm.
The ship echoes of emptiness.
I'm just gonna yell, if there's any creepy monsters, you might want to come out now, because we're gonna find you and kill you.
That was my line, mate.
Might want to keep it down, Zoom.
Doesn't our ship make noise? I'm assuming they could hear us.
It does make a low hum, we'll say.
I roll. So this is the point where I think I can use my stuff here. But can I can make a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object.
Sure, you can definitely try.
That's a 19.
You look around, trying to spot anything hidden, stealthing, hiding behind objects. There's nothing.
Mate,
I don't seem safe.
I don't like this one, mate.
I suggest we make our way to the captain's quarters. Try to find a manifest, a ship's log. Figure out what exactly happened and what they might be carrying that might be of use. Then
Right.
grab it and leave.
It might be beneficial to cast a Find Familiar if you have it.
I have my owl.
If you want to investigate the ship further without endangering yourselves.
Seems like a smart idea.
Hmm.
Am I gonna have to start saying a new wizard is never wrong?
All right, so Cordax, Foz, you begin contemplating a find familiar spell. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, I can send my owl down, I guess,
Well,
because I still have that.
I will. Does your find familiar does the familiar go away at any point?
It's like if it dies, I have to resummon it, but
Sure.
other than that, I just kind of have it.
You can send it below.
Let me.
Yeah. Is there any
Fire.
angle that the rest of you want to take?
Umlaut's gonna go back in the crow's nest.
Back, you're gonna
Happily
go
on
back
the
into
airship.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make an
Yeah,
octopus and send it overboard.
You're gonna make an octopus.
I
And send it over.
Yeah.
didn't know that was an option.
If you watch Critical Role, you
Nope.
would know that was an option.
Nope.
Okay. So, Posradine, you send your owl below decks. Cordax, you send an octopus over the side to inspect the lower hull. Umlau, you go back up to the crow's nest of which ship? This one or yours?
I go back to our ship because it's safer.
Fair enough. Vulcan, I heard you say you were climbing back up to your ship?
Oh no, Vulcan never left the airship.
Fair enough. Bud and Zoom.
Yeah, I really don't want to leave the airship.
Fair. And Zoom.
Wait, I thought we were on the ship already. I thought we were down there.
The airship is hovering above. Whoever wanted to go below, anybody who doesn't want to go down to the ship doesn't have to.
Hey,
I
y'all were
assume
eager.
Zoom would have. He sounded interested, so.
Well, Fosradine is never wrong. There's shit in here. But I will look before I leap. For danger.
By all means.
Looking around at the deck of the ship before I jump down.
It's a good make. Your landing would be solid. And
I do.
nobody. There was no vote to leave, or I'm sorry, to wait for the morning. So you see no glowing lights. Nothing of that note. So at the very least, the danger may not be from that tentacled creature. You're not sure, but you don't see it.
Well, did I know that Cordax was sending down the thing? Did I see that happening?
I'm assuming this is something that's happening after everyone's dropped onto the deck. So I'm kind of retroactively we're moving backward a little bit because some people didn't want to go.
Yeah, I already thought I was on the deck of the ship, so
Yeah, I did as well.
Yeah.
The way
In fact,
the way you're saying looking for danger before you drop down meant
Yeah.
before.
Well,
pre.
that was
familiar.
before most people. I thought everyone was on the deck of the ship already,
So
and
did
then
I.
most people said they were still on the airship. So
I was leading the
Yeah.
charge.
Vulcan, intelligence saves for what?
I just wanted to, from my vantage point, use my eyes of minute seeing to just look at the deck if I saw anything interesting.
And you have advantage on that just because of the eyes. So what I
Yeah,
will say is because it is of dwarven make, something. I will say something for you resonates differently than the others. There's a pattern leading into the where the anchor turns to be lifted,
Mm-hmm.
you look down on it, and it looks like there are lines running to it. The longer you look to it, it looks like a forge. Cordex, your octopus goes below decks, and the underside of the ship is coated in metal. Strange thing for a ship of this age. Metal makes boats heavy. How does a boat float? Coated in metal. Azurdine, your owl goes way below, or below decks that aren't below water. This ship appears to contain smith's tools, various raw materials that would indicate some sort of like it would look like a trade ship, could it not be of its size and shape. It's not a galleon by any stretch. It's not hauling a great number of materials or anything of value per se, but iron bars are in copious amounts, gold, silver, you know. But it seems like there's a workshop below decks.
Are we able to find like the captain's quarters and figure out what exactly?
I would say with your current behaviors, with Bud, Umlau, Vulcan above in the previous ship, I'll say Kazdea is there as well, just to watch things. The only person who has any kind of action is Zoom, I suppose, because he wanted to go down below. Is there anything you wanted to investigate? And then by extension, Vulcan, your follow-up. But
Was that question directed at Zoom?
yeah, it was. Zoom,
Okay.
you did an initial check of like the ship to see if there was any kind of obvious danger. You saw none. Vulcan, you saw the forge from up above, the kind of idea of a forge. You can do something from there if you wish.
I was going to ask, does it look like it's suited to making like weapons or armor or something more utilitarian? Can I like guess at that based on like size?
With that role, you're able to discern that it is both. It is a utilitarian forge and can do any number of those things. But for whatever reason, the anvil is the anchor.
Oh, the anvil is the anchor. Got it.
No, not the anvil. It's like not the anchor itself, but the thing that rotates to bring it above, or bring it back up, can be used as an anvil.
That is interesting. I remember Foz is next to me, right? Or did Foz come down? I don't know how we
Foz went down. If you want to go down and investigate further, you can talk to Foz.
I was just gonna let someone know there. My observations, but let's wait to see what happens.
Zoom.
Well, yeah. Am I on the ship now, or where am I?
Yeah, I would say.
What do I see?
I would say at this point you were on the dwarven ship.
Yeah, so I'm just like going around. I'm like, I mean, it seems pretty safe.
Anything in particular, or are you just gonna secure the deck, as it were?
Yeah, I'm just kind of securing the deck. If nobody else comes down with me, I'm just like, no. Like, so should I just go look for the treasure then? I'm gonna go all by myself.
Roll a perception check. By this point, the process has been long enough that like dawn isn't too far off. It was pretty late in the evening when Bud reported that he saw the tentacles and lights. You can see various, like as you're taking a lap around the ship, you can see various effects floating in the water around. Clothing, armor, weapons. bones, blood. No sign of the creature that may have absconded with the crew. But their remains lie outside the ship.
Well, I'm just gonna keep looking for whatever treasure is on the ship then,
Okay.
or any other evidence of
Sure.
any survivors.
My little octopus friend will let me know if there's trouble.
It would. It sees nothing. Continues to patrol the bottom of the ship, but sees nothing.
All right, I'll investigate upper decks while it's patrolling.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation check. And then Zoom, go ahead and roll a perception as well. Fair enough. The two of you together determine that there is no cargo on this ship. After Vulcan kind of passes around his knowledge, there's a general consensus that this is a mobile forge of some kind. But to what end? Couldn't tell.
I like go back up to whatever and be like, "Hey, Vulcan, we could probably use your expertise down here."
How wet is it?
I mean, it's pretty sturdy. It's not that wet.
Fine. Vulcan will descend.
Okay. The continuation for Cordax and Zoom is you eventually. So we'll say in general to move things along. You guys find the captain's quarters, a manifest of sorts. Its sole purpose, the only sort of like docking or any kind of stops it makes, is to hit the mainland, whether it be Helgrin, Wiltir, Ryland, Ovella, for precious gems and metals. But otherwise, it seems to just continuously rotate across the oceans. There doesn't seem to be any kind of indication of what is being made or why.
Any logs of previous attacks?
And how old is the ship?
Vulcan, go ahead and roll me I'll say a Smith's Tools check. Cordax. Sorry, your question was what?
Are there any logs of previous attacks on the ship?
Attacks. There do seem to be previous logs of various creatures that have either been attracted to the ship's motion, attracted to the ship itself, that have tried to attack the ship and abscond with the crew, but nothing. They seem to have repelled all adversaries. You get the impression that they were well equipped to defend the ship.
Who's with me right now? Is it Vaz?
I'll say Foz.
Sure, yeah, Paz would have gone to the captain's quarters.
I say, a metal ship like this seems like you're asking for trouble for lightning serpent in the waters.
Well, they obviously thought they could take care of it.
Perhaps. Seems a bit odd to me.
Vulcan, the ship is old. The ship is very old. The thing about this ship that strikes you as odd is the composition of it. More so than anything. Iron boats don't float. something else is keeping this thing afloat. It's not really readily obvious or available, whatever it may be. You continue to come back to the anvil in the center, and you know your inspection of it. It almost seems like ritualistic, in a way, religious somehow.
Does it show signs of, I mean, like,
Of like use?
it had been well used
Yes.
or not at all?
100%.
Okay.
Absolutely. Continual use. Even with the 17, you can tell that the center anvil is adamantine. The hammer's unusual, though. It still sits there resting against the anvil. It's almost cylindrical in make. That doesn't make any sense. Like, you need a flat surface to hammer out any kind of flat metal, swords, horseshoes, tools.
It's like a cylinder with a handle.
It's like a warhammer-sized hammer, but it looks like it's got like a, what would I call it? It's like it looks almost pointed on ends. Like it would punch holes almost like into metal if you use it like a regular anvil hammer. But it also appears to be made of some composite of like gold or bronze.
Not made for impact. Can I pick it up? Can I hold it?
Absolutely, in two hands. Oof. The longer you look at it, here, I can actually send you a picture. Trying to think how I would show this to the recording. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I sent it to you on Facebook. But it's Warhammer sized.
Ooh, I see. Does as far as like if there are any like marks or indents in the anvil, does it look like any of them would really be impact of something like that?
So don't focus too much on the picture itself. I'm just giving you like
the
general shape of it.
Oh yeah.
It's covered in dwarvish runes, for sure.
But the anvil.
The anvil itself seems to be just pure adamantine.
I'm gonna give the anvil a light tap because I don't think I understand how this hammer is like functional. Right? It's not made of like a hard metal itself. It seems like really ornamental.
Maybe it's a turnip.
How hard do you strike the anvil?
Enough to like make a clang, but not like I'm actually trying to hammer something.
Sure. You kind of heft it, raise it over your head, and you're kind of like, it's really heavy, even for you. And you're just like, and you drop it onto the anvil, like, to make some sound.
Yeah.
But it like reverberates through the hammer, through you, and through the ship. Like you can feel it just kind of like faintly shudder. With that strike.
You just summoned it.
Weren't expecting it to make that much noise, but wait, pause, nothing appears.
Wait. I can read Dwarvish. Can I understand the symbols? I should have done that first.
Yeah, that probably would have been a good idea.
Like,
Do not hammer anvil with cylinder.
Let's me smash.
Okay. You read the words upon the hammer, and you can see that it's named Akmon. The hammer that works wonders and disasters. Once wielded by the All-Father himself, forge groundbreaking marvels and dangerous inventions. This hammer was gifted to the dwarves to forge their dominion over, not the Earth. What is this continent called? Altamir?
Yeah.
Odasses?
The world at large is called Altamir. The continent is called Odasses. But it essentially tells the legend of the All-Father and his hammer, and how he forged the dwarves from stone, metal to flesh.
What's the name of the hammer?
Akmon, A-K-M-O-N.
Ooh, I guess the K.
Gotta catch him. Oh wait. Gotta forge 'em all.
Akama.
The rest of you continue to investigate the ship, but it appears the only thing of value on the ship is like raw material.
Let's shove as much as we can into bags of holding. Could
What
be
do you
useful
try to
for.
grab?
I mean, what is there?
Well,
There was like silver, gold,
silver, gold, iron,
metal.
steel. Like it seems as though like whatever precious metals and gems were on the ship are in limited supply. Like almost as though they were experimenting with different alloys and various forging methods.
There's no record of like any stuff they were working on.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Do the logs say who they traded with?
Only that like they stopped in certain places. Like there were no specific people to trade with, but it was always what I would say was like a government grant kind of thing. Like Helgrin paid for whatever raw materials they needed.
Are there any
You
hidden
log.
compartments in the captain's cabin?
I would have to have you roll an investigation check.
I shall do that.
And by that point, I feel like everyone has rolled some sort of. Sure, yeah, that'll work. Wow, the 26. Yeah, you find a false bottom in one of the drawers of the captain's desk, and find his journal.
Drums in the deep. The tentacles are coming.
So to paraphrase, essentially what you get the idea of is that they're trying to unlock the potential of the hammer itself.
Okay.
That their experiments say it wields metal in a way that they have yet to discover, almost as though it could potentially unlock ancient methods of forging. But thus far, no metal known to dwarven kind, nor any dwarf, either of repute or legend, is able to wield the hammer correctly. The later logs start showing signs of not desperation per se, but they're looking into ways of wielding natural phenomena, storms, deific power, perhaps finding a way to utilize the Doomwakers of the Seas lightning in some facet of enhancing the hammer's power.
Oh, now you have James's attention.
But those sorts of
Flying a lightning rod.
But those musings seem to yield nothing, and they're the last entries before it seems the crew met their ill fate.
Well, at least now we have an inkling of what they are working on. Let us claim this item and then be on our way.
Very well. Any objections?
Now let's get going.
We will keep the hammer.
And I guess is what we can carry from like a quick grab, not necessarily like go up and down, to keep.
Yeah, I will determine that you guys get a various number of platinum bars, gold and silver bars, a plethora of valuable jewels and such. I will give you numbers in the next session.
Oh, okay.
Vulcan, you will add an artifact Warhammer to your inventory once I determine the random rolls on it.
Okay. We have hammer.
And we'll see where we go from there. But for now, that's the end of our session.
Cool.
Next time,
Thank you, sir.
you end up in Gildan.
The hammer's like if you ever find a liar that wants to cast stone shape, kill it.
Smash it with a hammer.
There was a blood feud between me and this liar for centuries.
Well, I apologize for going over. I did want to reach a point and then go, but the combat ended up taking a little longer than I thought. But thank you for being patient. Thank you for playing along. You guys all did wonderfully, and you didn't die. Way to go.
Huzzah.
I thought you were
As much as I tried to.
Close.
I thought it would be bad.
Me too.
But I hope
Me
you had
too.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you for DMing, Matt.
Absolutely, anytime. Ross, fuck you. Sorry.
Roast.
But we like Ross.
We like Ross. I'll find a way to get this in your hands sometime.
He's a pretty cool guy. He doesn't afraid of anything and stuff.
All right, boys.
All right, team.
All right. I'm gonna go catch some Z's because
Good
I'm
night.
tired.
That's
So
all right.
Not
have a good night.
Hi, boys.
Good night.